Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us for this, the third day of the fourth edition of the Golf Croquet Test Match, England versus Spain. Just before we give you the visuals and hand you over the commentators, a word from our sponsors. Our thanks to Sugar Beach International Croquet Cup. And now handing over to Chris Clark.
Good morning from Roehampton. This is the third and final day of the England v Spain Golf Croquet Test matches. And the players are just warming up. We're going to start with 3 doubles. And then after that, the afternoon session, the final session, we're going to have 6 lots of singles, everyone playing, and they're going to have double banking for the first time, so there's going to be lots of action in that second session. Current score is England 11, Spain 7, and it's first team to 14. 14's the key number. They'll almost certainly finish the matches off. So it's a best of 27. So the fact that 14 is the key number means that England have the opportunity of clinching with a 3-0 doubles sweep this morning. They can get to 14-7 up. And Spain will be thinking the opposite. That Spain will be thinking, well, if we can win 3-0, we can get within 1 match of them going into the singles and really start putting some pressure in. Lovely day here again at Roehampton. The lawns have been cut every day. Really fantastic playing conditions. And I remember, first time I went to America, I experienced this level of high quality lawn which we didn't have in the UK at the time, and now these are as good and indeed probably better than most American facilities. Really great job by the grounds crew. And the players are really enjoying this challenge of taking position on a really quick lawn. So the feature match today in the morning is this doubles between Jamie Birch and Ewan Burridge for England, and Jose Riva, and I'm going to call him Pepe a lot, so that's what he's got on the back of his shirt. That's what the Spaniards know him as, Pepe Riva, and Juan Ojeda. So Juan's primarily probably an AC player, and you would probably say the same of Jose Pepe as well. So quite a strong pairing. Pepe had a very good win yesterday. 7-6, 7-6 against Jamie Birch, and that kept the Spaniards in the test. 11-7, much better than 12-6. Should be quite competitive this match. You'll find Ewan and Jamie both like taking on long hoops, so they'll probably lay back a little bit further away than the positional players would. Make sure they give themselves a hoop, and they'll be happy taking on hoops from 4, 5, 6 yards, providing that they're fairly straight. Yesterday, Pepe started off with a really bad shooting patch and went to a very positional style of game where he's normally a shooter. And then in the afternoon, picked up his shooting really well in that high-quality match against Jamie, and they were hitting constantly. Hoop 5, they just hit back and forth and back and forth. It's really good to watch. So is he going to find his shooting boot straight away, or is he going to have to revert to a sort of more positional style of game? The other two matches this morning, on Lawn 1 we've got JP Mobley and Aston Wade against Andres Alvarez Sala and Manuel Alvarez Sala. And what you're finding today is it's the number 1 pair against the number 1 pair, the number 3 pair against the number 3. And that will apply to the singles as well. So 6 will play 6 and 5 will play 5. So it should be as balanced a set of matches as we've had all tournament. So quite looking forward to this. The match is still very much in the balance, and the players are going to be wanting to get off to a quick start this morning, day 3. They'll have had the opportunity to get used to the pace of the lawns. Shouldn't take them that long before they're putting good positional shots in. And again, from a shooting and hitting the ball straight point of view, you should be getting better day by day as test matches progress. Lovely day, and the forecast is that it's going to remain sunny, might get up to 25-26 degrees, and I think both teams have enjoyed that. The Spaniards used to playing in warm weather, but I always found it easier myself. Your shoulders tend to be less tight when it's warm. So, Lawn 2, the players just chatting before the toss, and we will see who's going to win that. Always a advantage. There's an interesting dynamic in this, in that Pepe's probably stronger than Juan, and if they want, England have won the toss and they've chosen to go first. If they wanted to go second, they could effectively determine the playing order for the entire game. I'm joined by Chris Roberts. Welcome, Chris.
Good morning, Chris. Good morning, everyone. It's a glorious day and some good croquet, and we're in for a treat, I think.
Yeah, I think Ewan's got that blue in a runnable position, but it's far from straight.
Right.
And I don't think the Spaniards will feel a need to shoot twice at that.
No, I think it's especially this early in the morning.
Yeah, and the Spaniards here going second, they get to determine the playing order for the entire match.
Yeah.
And normally you play your strongest player before the opponent's strongest player.
Indeed, that's right, yes.
And that means that Pepe's made a decision that he thinks Jamie's playing better than Ewan.
Right, yeah.
So he's decided to play red.
That way around.
Yeah, instead of the black, which will be played by Jamie. It's a lovely positional shot Red's played there. This looks like it's going to go too far.
Looks a bit strong unless it
hit
hits
red?
something.
No,
it didn't hit. No. So.
Now, with black in position, I think blue would have cleared red. But with black now miles away, blue may feel a need to take on the hoop.
Take on the hoop whilst he's got the chance to do so. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Equally, I think they're sufficiently close that you could play a stop shot and still hold blue in position.
That's right, because red looks slightly to our side as
It
we're looking
does,
at it. So
just
he's got a
fraction.
little bit of roll on and still hold a hoop scoring position.
I think there's 3 genuine options for yellow here. You can shoot at blue, you can play deep position, and you can play tight position. They're all valid options.
He's gone for the third of those.
He's played a really good shot.
He has. So,
Ewan may decide to double clear this,
yes, that's now on, isn't it?
particularly on these fast lawns.
I mean, it's never really a problem for Ewan, but you don't actually have to hit that one hard, do you?
Yeah. So he's sacrificed blue getting position, but he's got both the opponent balls away from in front.
Yeah.
And sort of neutralised the position, which probably was a little bit unfavourable for black and blue after the poor positional shot from Jamie.
Yeah.
You should be going deep here, I think.
Indeed he is.
and I would have gone a little bit deeper. As black
That's
here,
still clearable, isn't it?
I'm tempted to take this quarter ball, and
Yeah.
you can cut it almost over to our commentary position behind hoop 4, can't you, with a
and
good
still
shot?
get a good long hoop running a shot yourself should you need it. But he's not doing that. He's going for position.
And yellow should take position now so that blue can't hit it because black's in the way.
Yeah.
The round of applause suggests that black has blocked red's hoop shot.
It's always the difficulty we've got here, isn't it? We're sitting at pitch side level behind hoop 4, looking across. So
That's too far.
quite often the view you're getting on the live feed is actually better than the view we've got live. So we're.
I think he's snuggling here. This is a really difficult shot. Hit it too hard.
For it. Not enough. So what's Pepe got here?
He's got a clearance of black.
Yeah, so he's,
You can see from this picture, we've got the
yeah,
video
we've got a
feed,
better video.
that blue isn't actually hampering very much at all, and black is blocking the hoop, but it's a really quite easy clearance, and I expect him to.
Any connection on this other than full ball, he's in business.
Yeah, I expect him to clear it towards the end of B bulk,
Yeah.
sort of hoop 6 area, and he should get it off the lawn. No, he's gone to corner 2 instead.
Step that way.
Be
But
interesting.
he has got it almost down to our volunteer scoreboard lady down in corner 2. It's not just outside corner 2.
The benefit of clearing it on the other side would have been red would have been in a better position for hoop 2.
Yes, that's right. So
And equally, black would have been probably 4 or 5 yards further away if it was in corner 3. But it's a good clearance. You know, early on, it's always good to get your first 4 or 5 yard hard shot out the bag.
I don't know what Jamie's got on yellow.
He's definitely shooting.
He's definitely shooting, so he can see it. And what have we got? What have we got on the monitor? He's definitely shooting at it, so he must be able to see it. Let's have a look. He's looking at that. We're looking at his body language.
Oh, he's got the
just
hoop.
clipped the edge of the hoop, so it must
So
have
he's-
been very close because Jamie stayed down looking at that
He
for
did.
a long time, which is a good indication it's on target as far as the striker is concerned.
He's quite an interesting player to watch when he's shooting because technically he looks quite reasonable until after he's hit the ball, and then the mallet comes through at a horrible angle and his wrists go completely 45 degrees to the shot.
So
But-
the follow through is not at all pretty.
yes, but prior to that he's pretty good technically. So left-handed.
That's a poor miss, that is.
Yeah.
So in a minute, Chris, you can tell us a little bit about Jamie and his background, because a lot of people watching will be familiar with the other names in the England side as play a little more golf croquet. We know that Jamie's
Good
that's a
shot.
good shot. Jamie's
Look at the pace. It's really
Jamie's
good.
right there. Been in the England Robertson Shield AC team for a long time now. So. What can you fill us in a little bit about Jamie then,
I think
Chris,
he
from the AC
started
world?
playing quite a long time ago, probably 20, 25 plus years ago,
Oh, that
despite
long
the
ago.
fact he's still young.
Yes.
And he was in the Cheltenham area to start with, and then ended up moving, and he was down in Reigate, which is where he is now. And he's played for England for many years. And he's continually getting better, and you tend to find that at AC you're still improving after 20, 25 years.
Yeah.
I think that's a great thing. And his big thing that he achieved an unbeaten record in the Robertson Shield in 2023, in 2022, and only the second player to achieve that. 15 out of 15, which is 9 doubles wins and 6 singles.
Right.
And massive performance just to help England get over the line comparatively narrowly as well. So every one of those wins was important.
Right. And you say he's only the second player to achieve that. Is that do you mean in the history of the Robertson Shield?
Since it became quadrangular.
Right. So we're approaching the centenary, aren't we, Sarah?
We are.
And well, America came in as the
So it started off
as the fourth nation.
Yeah, 1925, England v Australia. Then New Zealand joined a few years later, and then America joined in 1993.
I was recently as that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this all predates me, I have to say.
So back to this game. This is another significantly longer clearance. This is about 7 or 8 yards, and yellow's nicely in front. And he'll be wanting to hit this down towards corner 4. He's got it in the middle. That's fine. Lovely shot. And I think...
And that's as hard as you want to be hitting anything, isn't it? The target ball's made it to the boundary. There's no value in hitting it any harder than that.
I think if he'd have felt comfortable, he could have gone harder on the basis if he only hits it half ball, it'd be still nice to get it off the lawn.
Yeah.
But it's a confidence builder, isn't it, that to start with?
Exactly. You get your first big clearance in the centre of the ball, you're going to feel a whole lot more less nervous. So another long clearance from Jamie.
Again, looking at it, sharp. Well, not the peel. Oh, flicks the left-hand wire.
Yeah.
Great clearance. So he's been really good on both those two. They've both been very, very close to target.
Yeah.
One hitting, one just missing. So now this is clear advantage to the English, despite the fact that one's going to be the first ball in front. They've got the short boundary side. So after yellow comes in front, blue will just play in front as well, ideally trying to get to a position where red can't hit it, but still leaving black a clearance on yellow.
Yeah, so he's got to be slightly north and
It's close.
hiding. I think he's a bit short, is he?
I think it is open, but it's got sufficient of yellow in the way
to make
him think twice about shooting.
Yeah.
You don't want to clear your partner ball, do you?
There's a magnetism about your own partner ball when it's that close, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can't avoid it, but the mantra in your head is the last thing I want to do is hit my own ball, which is the last thing that you want to be thinking. Don't give yourself a negative last instruction.
And it's not a bad line to play in for the block. So he'll be trying to get to I was going to say to the left-hand side of yellow, which is where he's gone. And he's just a couple of balls short. Perfectly decent effort.
Jamie between the other two to clear yellow.
So another power clearance. Jamie isn't quite as powerful as some of the players. You'll find Ewan has a much more powerful style.
Yes.
He can hit it firmly, but not mega hard.
And let's just wait on the shot.
In the middle again.
In the middle again. So
this is what
3 in a row from Jamie, isn't it? That's really good.
Yeah, and it's been what I've been wanting to see. The players start at a higher level. I want every day the players to start better than they did the day before. Keep getting better.
Yeah.
And yeah, some good clearances here, and one's going to feel the need to shoot back at blue now. Quite a deliberate pre-shot routine here.
Yeah, he's got a big wind-up, hasn't he? A big.
Left-hand standard.
And that's
Close.
close, but not close enough. So
Another chance. Easier than hoop 1, this. A much easier hoop. And because it's angled, I think we might see Ewan go at a more gentle pace here. Whereas he hit the first one mid-pace. Ooh, so that was a pace I thought he'd hit it at.
Yes.
It wasn't a slam.
that wasn't a difficult stroke. He's going to be cross with that, so he's got to let that one go. So let's see if Jose is equally as measured.
I think he'll hit it a bit harder.
He's straight on, isn't he? So
Yeah.
he can afford to hit a bit harder.
No,
but
it's smooth
lovely
hoop
and
shot.
smooth, yeah. So these are Atkins quadway hoops, which a lot of people at home won't have come across. In this ground, they're substantially more sturdy. Roehampton is a sandy court where the hoops have traditionally been easier than most places because of the give, but these quadways are firmly set and in firm soil do pose a really good challenge. So
Particulate and angle, I think.
yeah.
The thing that I've been surprised about this week is how well people have been jumping through them.
Oh right.
And they've jumped through from straight, long, short angles, and I don't think they're that easy to jump through. And so, of all the combined elements this week, the one I've been most impressed with from all of the players is their jumping ability.
We haven't seen many missed jumps, or at least I've not. It's the conversion rate with jumping has been really quite high, hasn't it?
Yeah, and it's one of the things that can differentiate this group of players from the Egyptians, who are slightly weaker at jump shots.
Right.
And Irish grip doesn't favour jump shots, and all the Egyptians are Irish grip.
Yeah.
So another clearance here, red at black.
And
Almost peeled blue.
blue was sufficiently worrying him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think he was open on black,
Yeah.
good enough, but
And now reaping the reward of a wonderful positional shot.
yeah.
This really was it's not just in front, it's 2 feet at most. So he'll be focusing on trying to get this near hoop 4.
So he's going to come through with a nice smooth stroke, hoping to come right down the hoop 4, right in front of us.
No, got a little bit too much wire.
Yeah,
But yellow has got a dodgy line to come down, hasn't it?
it has. His ideal line is straight through the middle of blue.
And it
So
does
he's
move a little bit from our side right to left. So you can miss blue by nothing and hope to hill across. But if he's in two minds, you should always go on the short boundary side.
Yes, and that is what he's doing, isn't it? So the line he's taking is bringing him down a yard off the centre, and as he says, he's probably hoping for that hill that he'll have spotted in the warm-up. So here it comes. It's coming round just nicely.
Needs to
so
stop.
That's
Lovely
that
shot.
is an excellent stroke.
I think they might
Really
shoot
good.
twice at this.
I think they'd be
No?
well at it.
No? Ewan's just playing in.
No, yeah, Ewan's, which is a reasonable line to play, isn't it? Jamie's hit everything so far.
Yes.
So take position with your first ball, clear with your second is the standard coaching mantra, isn't it?
Yeah. And again, he's indicating that the ball's hilled, but he should know that by now. It shouldn't be, the ball's hilled. But, this is absolute. The ball's going to go about 3 balls one direction, and you've got to aim to take that into account. So we've got a lovely angle here directly behind this shot.
Here we have. So this is Jamie to clear yellow. He's directly at you, Chris. You've got to get your angle on this slightly better than me, even though we're sitting next to each other.
The swing's good. I like the swing.
Let me have a look at this.
Look at the follow through.
Follow through.
There
I see
you
what
go.
you mean. Yes.
He's trying to rush peel these opponent balls,
he
isn't he?
is. He's doing.
So good clearance, but not probably far enough that yellow will miss blue.
No, yellow should be all over blue here, which will let Pepe off for a rather poor red.
There's 2 schools of thought on that shot. You could hit it mid-pace,
and try
in the middle,
and try
just
and hold a bit with the yellow.
correct.
Yes. Yeah.
Or you could try and hit it really hard, fractionally on the right, clear it up to the north boundary, and stay on the short side. And it's very much which style you prefer doing. Are you a hard shooter, or are you prefer smooth? And at that stage, I'd have probably taken the smooth middle.
Yeah.
So he's taking the hoop on here.
Yeah, this is a free shot because blue looks too wide to score. So free shot from Pepe.
No.
And that's the outside of the wire, so he's going to be disappointed with that one.
In many ways, it's the right side to miss on. If he'd hit the other wire, he'd have been bouncing to a position where blue could have cleared him towards corner one.
Yeah.
Whereas at least now he's protected, and I wouldn't be surprised to see black play at blue with about 5 feet of pace. And if it gets a nudge on blue,
Gets nudge on blue. Yes, that's true.
he can knock it in front.
He doesn't need much, does he, to give him a hoop shot here?
And if he misses, he's still in front.
Yeah. That's exactly the play he's played.
Lovely
and he's got
shot.
the nudge, and that's a super shot.
Nice target for yellow, though.
Yeah. So yellow's got. Oh, it's directly to me. Yellow's on a double with blue and the hoop.
You wouldn't want it back. It's a really good shot he's
That's
played,
right.
but it's still an attractive target, this,
It
for yellow.
is.
From a long way away.
A long way away. So we got the now typical long pause and composure from Juan. He's certainly takes the longest in that regard of all half dozen
No, he's
players, and
missed
that's quite a way off. So that's straight to me, and
That would have been really interesting if you'd have hit it 20 yards less. The hill might have come across nicely and hilled it into.
held it in a bit. But yeah, he went for the power, and so Ewan to convert from no distance, and there it
Yep,
is.
that's good.
So it's 3-1 England. And what do we have on the
3-2 to England in the other two
other two
matches,
games?
so
Yeah.
quite close. This looks like a lovely shot again. That's dead straight in front. So the reason the English have decided to take this clearance rather than blue at red is they're worried that yellow's close enough to blue to block it.
Yes, right.
I think that's still quite a tricky shot.
It is. There's a line to get there, but you could go for a close.
Not enough twist, Jamie.
So he's cleared it, but not in the middle. So black's now been lost, and red and yellow clear favourites. Yep, that's nicely in front. It's a good shot.
So you might have picked up on the effects might get Ewan suggesting to Amy that he might go for the hoop. England up against it at this hoop, so he has got a shot at it. But
And it's also
boy, that would be a good shot.
He's managed to come through hoop 4 with a reasonable amount of wire, so he's about 2 feet better line than if he'd have run it directly.
He has.
So the hoop shot is definitely in play here, with black and blue being substantially down in the hoop.
Yeah. And it might be their best chance at this hoop.
Yeah, I am definitely taking the hoop.
I think so. So we'll just hush for a moment while he plays this stroke right in front of us. That's jolly close. That was a good effort.
Clearly the right shot from my perspective, that. Some lawns you might be able to sort of clear yellow in the middle and your ball will hang around 5 yards away, 6 yards away from the hoop.
Yeah.
It's so difficult to clear that and stay...
And stick around it in anything like in contention, yes.
So that's red nudging south, and I think he's got a perfect block here. I wouldn't be surprised to see Jamie play just south of the peg. Remember they're 3-1 up.
Yeah.
So you don't want to have your balls in bad position.
So you're playing the scoreboard there, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're 3-1 up. You're so badly second favourites for this hoop. As you say, just come just south of the centre peg. Try and get on the centre line to stop yellow running right through.
No, I would do something different. I would try and finish a little bit more on the west side to stop red going down there.
Oh, okay, all right.
And also, if you end
short
up
on both as it happens, but I get your logic.
Yeah, if you end up on the centre line, you've potentially got the peg in the way for yourself.
Yes, true enough.
So I'd definitely be a little bit west of that.
Okay.
That'll be a confidence builder for one. Might hill through. Ooh,
just hit the.
Very handy hitting it though.
Yes.
Much better yellow than on the north boundary now.
Yes, it's taken. Yeah, it's got an angle on it. It's taken a bit of pace off it. So difficult to control those. You don't really know how much wire you're going to take.
And that's a lovely shot.
That's a good one.
Ideally, he would have been trying to get position wide from yellow.
Wide from yellow, so yellow should hit him, shouldn't he? So even though it's a good shot, he's open on yellow. So how good is this going to be from Pepe?
But again, if Pepe had been yellow, I think I'd been very confident that yellow would clear blue. I'm not unhappy at this stage to give one a few 6, 7, 8 yarders. See how he gets on.
Yes. Pepe's a stronger player, so
you can definitely choose to clear red here. I would play in between red and the hoop. I think that's a good choice. We're still early in the match. You've got a line where you can get the block. And I think Jamie's very close to that.
That's pretty good. So the pressure is now on Juan to hit this in a early part of the game. If he hits it, unless he gets absolutely bang on centre ball contact, then see how far he gets it. But you've still got Ewan to clear red anyway, haven't you? So
you do. And we think red might be blocked, so it might have to jump over black.
And then that's a choice, then, isn't it? You're going to give Pepe the jump? Probably not. You'd back him to get that jump from there. So he hasn't got a full contact on it, but it's still on this lovely fast lawn. Still gone a long way. It's right over by hoop 4, and that's still 20 yards.
It is.
So this is a.
And I want to shoot at this.
Yeah, I don't think you can't give. You can't give Pepe the jump there, can you?
I just think there's the added bonus that your ball's going towards hoop 7.
Yes.
So if you do hit it and follow through,
any contact you get on red is going to be in a lovely place, aren't you?
Yeah.
And again, you're playing the scoreboard. If Spain draw level, let's have an advantage and make sure that we get all over hoop 7.
Yeah, the downside of it, obviously, is if you miss, it's offside. So they've chosen not to.
Right, so this is interesting now then. So
I would have taken that shot.
Yeah. So Pepe's definitely jumping, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's 2 balls onto 1. This is his chance. He's got to take this. There's no value for me in clear. Well, it's having a look at blue. If blue doesn't score,
he can't clear black and
keep
red in a good position.
And even if he does, blue's all over him. So this is his chance. He's got to go for the jump, surely.
Yeah, going vertical, his hands are already halfway down, or probably 6 or 7 inches down the mallet.
Yeah.
I have been impressed by all the players' ability at jumping. It's been really very, very, very good.
Well, so Pepe's been given the big build-up by Chris. Let's see if he converts.
Yep. Normally, I would say this was under 50%, and they've been getting a lot of these. Yeah,
no
easy.
trouble at all. Yeah, there we are. So Spain back in it at 3-3.
Nice replay there. We should say a big thank you at this stage to Stephen Allen.
We should, yeah.
He's done a fantastic job with the setup, and all this reasonably. It's a separate internet feed. The quality of the picture, high definition. It's just been fantastic, very professional. A big thank you to Stephen and everyone who's helped at the Roehampton Club to set this up for the streaming.
Yeah.
I know we've had hundreds and hundreds of viewers, and lots of very positive comments. So that's been
viewers,
good.
Viewers from all over the world. I was commentating on day one, and with Duncan Catterall, we had a message in on the chat from Azerbaijan.
Wow!
So.
Wow. So the reason
Croquet
one
breaking new territory there
is shooting there. Normally we would play in with the first ball, but he's shot there on the basis of if he misses, he's still in front.
Off the boundary anyway.
So Ewan's hit that a bit too hard again, I think, trying to get position whilst blocking red at black.
Yeah.
Because Jamie's almost put black in the perfect position. It's just off centre on the far side to allow Ewan to play into the wiring spot.
Yeah.
And I expect Pepe to hit this. You can just go for the middle of this. Yeah.
And he has.
Again.
And red's gone off the boundary as well.
Yeah. So black will play in, trying to block yellow's hoop shot.
And if he doesn't get it, yellow's going for the hoop, I think.
Definitely.
Definitely going for the hoop.
Yeah.
This is it. You're 4-3 down, two balls against one. You've got to take your chance when it comes. So this is a tricky shot. I mean, going across the line, even on so he's overcooked that. Even on probably the best prepared surface in the country that you can rely on, stopping a ball going across the line at 7 yards, to within a tolerance of two ball rolls, probably, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a big ask. So Juan to try and give Spain the lead for the first time.
Oh,
And he's
super
scored that
shot.
was really good, and he's got right down the court, and this could be even better, just overrunning hoop 8. But that's a big one for Spain. Fairly easy wiring position if big wiring position if blue can get it. He's a long way back there. So
I think it looks quite good though.
it does look good.
Ewan
What have we
doesn't
got
seem
on the
happy with
monitor?
it.
We've got the sun on the monitor.
So sunny.
Yeah.
We're struggling to see exactly where that is.
It looks
might be open.
Yeah, looks open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that looks quite firm.
Yeah, that's sailing past, I think, unless he hits something. He's missed the blue, so
He's
he's
unhappy
sailing
with
past. No, he won't. That's a bit of a loose one from Pepe. So it's the second time he's struggled with the pace. He was short at hoop 4, and now long at hoop 8, and quite a long way long as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a bad miss.
That is.
Yeah,
That's a better one.
I think he likes that
It's a
wide
better
from
one,
red
and that might, if
and potentially blocking yellow.
blocking yellow at blue. That's right.
So I think yellow should clear black and just let blue have a go at the hoop.
Yeah, give blue the long shot.
gets clearance, but the yellow's gone a long way away.
The yellow's sold, doesn't it?
So black needs to come back wide from red again. Sorry, yellow to play. Sorry, yellow to play. So blue next.
Blue next, yeah. On the other courts, while Ewan's having a think. Well, actually,
so he's taking wide position.
See Ewan stroke first. So he managed. Does he look happy with that? Not sure. Hard to tell.
I think it's a good shot.
I think he's all right.
I think it's a perfectly good choice as well.
Yeah. There's no value in going for a hoop shot when you're not under pressure to do so.
No, if blue had bounced off and red could have cleared blue, then red and yellow become favourites.
Yeah.
Whereas this is very strong still. You are conceding an extra shot for yellow. But the danger here for red and yellow is if red takes position, which is the natural thing to do,
yes,
black can clear it getting over to hoop 9.
Yes, you're thinking ahead. Well, this hoop's still very much in contention, and you're thinking ahead already for that.
Yeah, always
shot.
when I'm 4-3
Yes,
down, I'm thinking about 9.
That's the thing, isn't it? I say to my club players, what I often say to them, well, what's the score in your game? Well, I don't know. You should always know what the score is.
It changes your choices.
It should be changing your choices.
Yeah.
Just if you're behind in the game, you're not going to win the game unless you win 2 hoops in a row. If you're behind on the scoreboard, you've got to win 2 hoops in a row somewhere. So you've got to look at it all the time for those opportunities. So while Juan's going to have his build-up, we can tell you on court 1, England are leading 5-3. That's JP Mobley against the Alvaro Salas brothers. And England are 4-3 up on court 3, which is Stuart Smith and Toby Savage against Patricio Garay and Nicolas Denzio.
Oh, what a result!
What a result! He's hit both, so he's acknowledging his good fortune there to the England players, whilst also giving an air high five to his partner. So, yeah.
And this is a gentle clearance. Lovely shot.
Well played, Ewan. That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, gets some level of control back for England, having, Spain were the favourites prior to that shot, but he's played it really well.
And this is the thing you do get these occasional bouts of good or poor fortune, and it's all part of the game to not let that get to you, and recognise that you got lucky, and not think you're going to do it every time.
Yeah.
And it's a composure thing, isn't it, Chris? So, because watching JP Mobley against the singles game between the 2 captains yesterday over on court 4, and JP Mobley is really in control of the first game at 5-3. Andres Alvaro Sala, the Spanish captain, ran hoop 9 and 10 with the same stroke. Okay, that happens occasionally, but he also got a wiring as well. So the one stroke cost JP 3 hoops.
Yeah, JP couldn't get his ball anywhere near 11, could he?
No, and he'd done nothing wrong, and so you just have to suck it up, as we say, and not let that get to you. But
so
it just happens. Okay.
Blue at red, trying to get red behind the hoop so it can't hit black, and certainly we didn't want to hit it anywhere near that straight, and red is now open on black.
Yeah, Ewan's cross himself about that one.
Yeah, a lovely shot into corner 2. What a rush. What a clearance. Super
That was
shot.
smashing. It couldn't have been better, could it? Couldn't have been better.
And Jamie's probably got, he's definitely got a nice target here, Chris. This is my favourite target. This is shooting at yellow with the hoop on the right hand side. I always fancied these.
Yeah, there's whilst we're focusing in, well, actually the camera's on the target. We want to be looking at Jamie, really. I was just going to, if we can get round to look at Jamie playing the stroke, it gives an opportunity to see the lovely scoreboards they've got here and their volunteer scoreboard up. Operator, please, got the shot. That is super.
So really pleased. This is a good level of play. Very happy. These are the number 2 pairs for both countries, and this is clearly elevated from the first 2 days' morning sessions. Lots of good shots. So he wants to get wired from the blue here.
With blue being where it is, there's quite a big dead area to get into there, where blue can't see it. Deeper than he'd wanted, I would have thought.
Blue going to play in.
Blue's going to play in. Red's got a.
Red should clear that.
Red should clear that. And
then it's black's got a really quite interesting choice. It could just play in.
I'm finding black's behind a pillar for me. I just found it.
That's interesting. I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one because he's
yellow clearing blue to wired is really quite difficult from there.
Yeah.
So
Jamie just confirming with you and that you're going to hit yellow, and well, the way he's been shooting, you back him to get this.
You see, this is a position where I think you've got the potential to play a block. If you don't get the block, yellow clears blue to the south boundary, and you've still got your shot back at red. But you've just given yourself a bonus chance to get a block. So they would have had the same length of shot, but they would have had that extra maybe 10% chance of blocking yellow at blue and forcing yellow into a long jump shot.
Okay.
So I think there should have been another half a rotation there before they took their clearance.
Right.
And I think if you go back and watch footage from the last GC Worlds where Matthew Essick won, and watch Robert Fulford, in lots of positions where it looks obvious that black should clear yellow there, he will play black in to try and get the wire and just give himself a little
bit more
extra.
Yeah.
And then if he doesn't get it, he's still going to have blue at red.
So he's still loading the percentages. Yeah. Okay.
This is on the assumption that they're going to clear blue. They might just run the hoop.
Well, the way he's setting himself up here, I think he is he?
No, he's rush peeled that.
He's rush peeled it. So worst case scenario for Juan there. He had three options and definitely didn't want that one, did he?
Yeah, this is a poor shot from Ewan. It's runnable.
Yeah, I think he played that a bit quick, didn't he?
He tends to.
Yeah. So he's ended up with an unexpected position and played the shot really quickly. So 4-4 England, but a poor first ball in has failed to capitalise. And I think
it's a runner.
It's a runner,
it's just
but it's
not
still
quite
not
as good a runner.
No, that's
not blocked it.
not
I don't
blocked
think.
it, but I'm not sure you're squeezing past red, even if you can.
It depends on where black goes. If black's in position, blue will clear.
Is black going to get there? Black's low. It's still going to roll in and on. It's getting there perfectly.
There we go. He'll be thrilled with that.
That's lovely.
And Ewan will now
nail red.
probably quarter ball red.
Yeah, and it'll be down underneath the secondary scoreboard down in corner 3. One's coming in with another measured one.
That's
a good pace as well. They've really got this.
Well, that stopped the clearance on the red a bit.
It has, yeah. Stop the.
The various options there. He could have been trying the double clearance, which I think was the best option. But that was still only hitting half ball of red.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have missed it from that range.
No.
And black's now going to struggle to get to hoop 10. So I think that's a really bad tactical choice.
I can see his they in there. That was calling out for red to run the hoop, and black be wired to get down to hoop 10, where as opposed to yellow open to do so.
Correct. So he's basically taken a very defensive option that means yellow is likely to run it without anything in front, but he could have run it from a dead straight. Well, it's only about 4 feet, wasn't it, Chris?
You've got to back yourself to score that and take the fact that black was wired and isn't going to get down, and then you're bossing hoop 10 as well.
Yeah, and he has this. Black's open on yellow.
Yeah.
That was a super chance for the stronger player in the partnership to say, I'm going to boss this game.
Yeah.
This is 4-all. This is the key point. I'm going to run it up to 10, and you're not going to be able to get near me.
Yeah, and you can't overemphasise the importance of hoop 9 to get to 5-4, and with a good chance of
it's close.
With a good chance of contesting hoop 10. But you're running out of hoops as the side that's behind you're running out of hoops. 5-4 is a horrible score to be on the wrong side of.
Yeah, and red was straighter than yellow.
Yeah.
You're more likely to run it up to 10 as well.
Yes. So. Yeah, because Wan has to take a reasonable amount of wire here, given the angle he's got. So, trying to judge this to get in front of 10 as well as scoring is more of an ask. And that's a lovely smooth stroke, but again he's had to take some wire, so he was never going to end up in front of the hoop, or unlikely to. Gone off the boundary, so they're Spain are 5-4. A little bit of a team hug on as they pass each other, good bit of team bonding going on there. Blue is
in front, but
okay, yeah. Meanwhile, in our other games on court 3, England now lead 5-3, and that's Toby Savage and Stuart Smith against Patricio Garay and Nicolas Denzio. So 5-3 to England. And on court 1 has finished with first game to England 7-4. That's JP Mobley and Aston Wade beating the Alvarez Salas brothers.
And you mentioned about luck and things going your way, and at hoop 8, England had basically got away with that lucky double clearance that happened by the Spaniards.
Yep.
because they followed it up by rush peeling them through 8, and they haven't taken advantage at 9.
No. And the Spaniards have kept their heads, waited their chance. Yeah, you wouldn't have expected Ewan's miss at hoop 8, but they've come right back into it, kept their heads on, and just waiting on this one.
No.
That's a poor man. I thought he'd. Yeah, that was a poor one. Seemed to sort of snatch at that one a bit, didn't he?
Yeah. Now.
Yeah. So here we are.
The thing about this position is
showed
when Red
the replay there that he didn't want, and the disappointment on his face there, Chris.
Okay.
Sorry, you were saying.
Yeah. The thing about this position is Red, when it played up there, played up to a really dangerous position, 5-4 up. It played to a position where Blue could clear it to a long boundary, getting towards 11. And had Jamie managed to get his ball in front, that's exactly what Ewan would have done.
Yes.
Now they're saying, look, we can run the hoop, but I'm not 100% on it. I'm going to just be cautious and play a stop shot clearance.
Yeah.
So this is going to allow Red and Yellow to get back in the hoop.
And contest it all over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red shouldn't even be trying to take position here. Black can't jaws as far as I can see from this picture.
Yeah, okay, the angle's very tight there, as you can see.
So all Red needs to do is play 3 yards east of hoop 10
And just
take the short boundary side.
yeah, that's right.
And that will allow time for Yellow to get back into play.
And all of a sudden you're back to having two against 2, and it's game on, isn't it? And as Spain, you're 5-4 up. You don't need to win this hoop. It would be nice, but you don't need to win this hoop. All you've got to think about is your...
Lovely shot.
Yeah, that's fine, isn't it? Just having a lurk there. England have got to consider Red all the time. Yellow's going to come back into play, and you're contesting. Just to remind everybody, the overnight score in the match was 11-7 to England. And this morning we have one completed first game over on court 1. England taking a 1-0 lead over there. The other 2 games in progress. Just having to be quiet every now and again for you to see where Juan has played that stroke from. For those of you at home, our commentary position, we're in the shadow just behind where Juan is walking across now. So whenever they play a stroke from this the south boundary in front of hoop 4, we have to stop talking.
So I would have been tempted to hit that shot much more gently and rush Yellow very close to Black, still holding Blue in running position, and then that puts Red and Yellow in a little bit of a quandary because Black's got complete control of Yellow. Red would have to clear Blue,
Yeah.
and when you're clearing into the lawn, keeping control of your ball becomes a lot more difficult.
It does. This is the snooker analogy, isn't it? It's all about the control of your cue ball, which in croquet terms is your striker's ball.
Yeah.
It's all very well having a clearance, but if you don't keep control of your striker's ball, then you're probably second favourite for the hoop in the long run. That's a lovely controlled clearance from Jamie.
It's a good shot.
Yes, he hasn't got Red very far, but Black still in the vicinity. So the beauty of the centre ball clearance, if you remember those 1970s toys we used to have on our office desks with the Newton's cradle, centre ball clearance, all the energy goes into the target ball. Your ball stops dead.
And they'll clear Yellow again here. Blue is a runner, but Red's onside over there. I don't think they'll take the hoop shot on here.
No.
There's certainly an argument to play it just off centre and try and follow through into the draws. It might be taking the draws itself.
Looks like a little gentle shot.
Okay, that's good.
I like that.
That's good.
That's good.
I thought it was a little bit more angled than that, but
Good thing about Ewan is when he's over the ball, you know what he's going to do, don't you? He has a completely different posture depending on whether he's going to smack the ball really hard or do his placing. He's quite easy to read. Doesn't catch you out at all. As he's walking up to the ball, you know what he's going to play.
yeah. So 2 choices. You can clear black, but I don't like that because you 5-4 up and black can clear yellow getting to 11. So
Yep, I can see what you're thinking.
I'm probably going to snuggle up to black here.
Right. So what Pepe comes in. Yep. There you are. That's well thought. How's he doing that?
Gone for the block
Gone for
instead.
the block instead.
But that allows black to just brush peel blue. The downside for them is their balls aren't going. Black's going to be going away from 11 rather than towards 11.
Has he got the block? I'm looking at the monitor. Yeah, Jamie's having a look. Does he squeeze past?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, he
it does go past
squeezes past. Yeah, he's got to get this in the corner though, hasn't he? Otherwise, it's
I don't like that
that's
at all.
Brilliant. No, that gives yellow a clearance on blue, doesn't it? And
This is well worth taking. Red's runner.
Yeah. I'm not sure of that. Because that yellow needed to be in the corner at best, and then he'd still have a shot at it, wouldn't he? So I'm not sure the clearance was ever that clever. Even if he'd got the best result. But
I would have been clearing it to the east boundary.
Yeah, if you can get that sort of angle on it, that was all you had really.
Anyway, this is a good sort of bonus chance for Spain. This shot.
Yeah, they can't have expected this opportunity once Ewan went in the jaws. Here we go. So.
Shot.
And that's good. Well, yeah.
So this is now going to come back down, potentially kill behind 4. No,
it stayed nice and straight. So blue's going to come back down, but England have got to win this all over again. And at 5-4 down, you'd rather be Spain at the moment, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
On the other court, the game in progress. England now one hoop from victory. They're 6-4 up. This is Toby Savage and Stu Smith. Just taken good position in front of hoop 12. But that looks an evenly contested hoop. So a little bit of mileage to go in that game yet, even though England are leading 6-4. And here we've got Pepe Riva to try and give Spain a commanding 6-4 lead on our court.
And Ewan took the decision not to shoot there. And one of the things you'll be thinking of is if red fails the hoop, black can clear red, getting to 11.
Yes, yeah.
But it is a gamble. Good shot. Lovely.
Yeah. So 6-4 to Spain. So England letting this one go a little bit. So the dreaded 6-4 and needing all three hoops. Now we've just been passed by Nicholas Holton, a long-time member of Roehampton here, gives a nice big smile as he went by, and our sponsor for this match, Duncan Catterall of the Sugar Beach Croquet International Cup, about which there'll be a link, I believe, on the chat.
So Felix Webby, current World Team Championship member of New Zealand team, saying, wasn't it just an easy rush peel? It was an absolutely trivial rush peel, Felix. and that's what I thought they'd do. It was moving the striker's ball further away from 11 was the downside of it, but it was a much safer line of play. But your clearing ball was probably going to be moving to 11 or 12 yards away from 11, which is probably why they chose not to. One's not played a particularly good yellow here, so even if Pepe does manage to get this clearance, red on black, yellow's got a long angled hoop, and he's cut that to unrunnable, I think. But black and blue still heavy favourites here. They can either clear yellow or they can block yellow, shot at the hoop or shot at blue. There's lots of options
for England here. So just before our chat disappeared, top of the list there was a good morning from Patricia Duke-Cox, the president of Croquet England. So good morning to you, Patricia, and hope you're enjoying the coverage.
So,
what else have we got there, Chris?
Alex is saying who wants to nominate the best jump shot of the test so far. I don't know, there have been a lot of good ones. I don't remember a boundary jump going through, but been lots of sort of 3, 4, 5 yard jumps, occasionally at an angle. And here we've got yellow needing to bounce and jump over the black in order to either hit the blue or run the hoop.
So this is a good contender if he pulls this one off.
Yeah,
he's got to get right. He's got to get airborne really
quickly.
Really quickly. That's a steep one, isn't it?
I'm going to take the hoop on here because red's so far away.
I'll just be impressed if he gets over black from that close range, Chris.
Great camera work here. You can see the cute angle coming down.
Well done, camera people and our production team choosing the right image here.
Got over
Chief
it.
First target, just
went for the hoop.
Yeah.
The right choice.
Yeah. Here's the replay. Yeah, getting airborne and over black from that close range. That was good. So Ewan for
good shot.
This is a bit crucial. He's having a good sit down and watch it. That is superb. Well played, Ewan. So that's 6-5 to England, and
Already.
blue taking up a lovely position at hoop 11. So this has got all the hallmarks of going to the last hoop. Also on the chat there, I've noticed we're saying good morning to Luis Alvarez Sala. Luis, hello sir. A good friend of my club, Phyllis Court. He came over when we ran our first A-level series and came over for the weekend from Spain to play in it. You were our first overseas visitor, so good morning to you, Luis.
There's a question from Aeneas Adelphos about what role do I think Spain can play in next year's World Team Cup. So that's the Openshaw Shield being played in Tasmania in February 2025, and it's teams of 4 and it's the top 8 countries in the world, and Spain are clearly in the top 6. One of the things in favour of Spain is that it's not a 6-person team, it's a 4-person team, and if they can get Pepe Riva and 3 Alvarez Salas brothers out, I think that's their strongest team.
I think you're right.
I think Spain always, at the moment, have a little bit of weakness at 5 and 6. So if they can get that strongest team out, I think they've got a good chance of making the semi-finals. I would be surprised if they reach the final, but a genuine chance of being semi-finalists. Here we go, big shot. Always hit it.
He's hit it, but only clipped it. But he's got a good flick.
He's got to 13.
He's got to hoop 13. So
Ewan will definitely clear red now.
Yes.
He won't be prepared to run hoop 12 with yellow
with
on
yellow
the side.
right up there. No. Of course, I'm a bit boo-hoo about Openshaw Shield, Chris, being qualified for Wales. I think we'd be uncontested with the claim of being 9th in the world, but we miss out on the big competitions. So.
Well, I think Sweden would argue with you there. Remember,
true.
Sweden stayed up
That's
when you
true.
got relegated in 2016.
They did. I wasn't playing then. I was still English at that point.
Indeed. So there's definitely some competition
There is,
for
there
9th
is.
and 10th.
There is. It's a rather a shame it's only one up and one down in a way, but I don't know if there's been any thoughts about expanding the event, but that gets more logistically complicated, longer duration event, no doubt.
I think it's good one relegation and one promotion.
Yeah.
I think that's good. If you get relegated, you don't play for 8 years.
That's the snag. Yeah.
So we don't want
It's
too
8
many
years.
people getting relegated
No.
each year.
I'm just following the.
So I think that's an error. I'm going to play probably just east of the hoop somewhere.
So they're giving themselves a chance here. Jamie's going to go in the jaws,
Yeah.
and then they can have a jolly good think about what they want to do. So yesterday we saw in the last game of the day, Pepe Riva playing.
It was Jamie.
It's Jamie, wasn't it? And taking great trouble in setting up a promotion, and working sufficiently well. Didn't get a tremendous promotion up the court, but then
was in front.
It was in front, and he gave himself the hoop shot. The otherwise,
Yeah.
he was second favourite. We were talking about this on. We were talking about this with David Openshaw. The statistics of your likelihood of success going second to hoop 13, and somewhere along the line I've been working on a principle of you only win 1 in 5 if you go second to hoop 13.
No, it's
And now
actually
where
1 in
I've got-
3.
Is it 1 in 3? Is it?
So
is
that
it?
was the stats
Okay.
from the an entire World Championship.
Right, I was wondering where I got the 1 in 5 from. I couldn't tell him. So
It's
it was 1 in
massively
3.
altered by the playing conditions.
Okay.
So if it's easy to take position and easy to run a hoop, which
Yes.
would be most of England's playing conditions,
Yes.
it goes higher. So it goes from
So-
67 towards 80.
So that's my 1 in 5 that I
Correct.
was working on.
If it
Yes.
becomes more difficult to take position and more difficult to run the hoop, it moves down towards 60.
Because you're likely to have more
Interaction.
More yeah, got it.
So taking into account playing conditions is really important as well. And I like where yellow's gone. I think that's where red should have gone last shot.
Just to stop all this that they're playing with now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black was never going to run the hoop because yellow was onside. So there was no need really for red to shoot it.
Red to have a thrash.
They don't mind black going in the hoop if they can get red and yellow south of it.
So they're definitely going for the rush, and this is the way you'd probably want it, wouldn't you? Ewan to run through with the black, and then you've got one of the best AC players in the world to do your rush for you, to
Yep.
plant your ball
And there'll be viewers at home
way round.
going, well, what does red do? And they might think, well, it stays there because it's onside and it's near 13. But I'm going to play it in just south of the peg,
Right,
but on the line that tries to put a ball in the way of the rush.
the rush, yeah.
Yellow's going to play up, and then blue's going to rush red. So blue's going to rush black.
Plus black.
And it
yeah.
wants red to be in the way to potentially block that rush up to 13.
Because what we're looking for, of course, is that blue is going to rush black up to a scoring position. Yes, he's going to get it there, and he can probably disrupt any position that yellow takes. But that you've got to score. If you're going to do the rush, it's eggs in one basket, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got to do the scoring. You've got to be scoring with.
I don't like shooting at this. Red's going to be in corner 1 if it misses.
Yeah. So he's he's trying to destroy that rush. He's aiming at blue,
Really don't like that.
and he's missed it. And there you go. So he's exactly what Chris said. He's in corner 1.
He's put a lot of pressure on his partner now.
Yeah. The yellow, yeah.
So it's the other way around, isn't it?
It's the other way
actually?
around,
It's
isn't it?
Ewan's got the rush.
I was getting the balls the wrong way around. So Ewan's got the rush.
It doesn't seem comfortable that he's going to get the right wire. I would have thought he could have run it. Maybe if he runs it cleanly, that's quite straight. That's pointing back at the peg. So Ewan, basically a GC player, but reached the knockout stage of the AC World Championship last year.
He did. Yes, that's true. So I wasn't meaning to suggest he was any mug. It was purely the prowess of Jamie.
Oh, that's a good shot. He got the right wire. That's a lovely rush.
Okay, so as you say, Juan's under a lot of pressure here to get a good position, because Pepe sold himself at the corner into corner one. So again, you will see a lot of consideration with this from Juan. He's going to have a long think about this. He does stand an awful long time over the ball, doesn't he? But
yeah, you probably want to almost aim at the hoop here and just let it hill across and in front. That's
there
hard.
It goes.
That's really hard.
That's really deep, isn't it? Okay, so you don't want to be short, but you don't want to be that's off the boundary.
No, so there's no chance that yellow's going to block the hoop shot there. So that's where Jamie went from the penalty spot yesterday, and I said I thought it was the right decision. And talking about it with Aston afterwards, I think I was wrong. I think from the western penalty spot, he should have been trying to get 2-yard position.
This is all a bit crucial now. Come on in. Let's see how
this looks good.
This looks good.
This looks superb.
People behind the ball.
Shot Ewan.
Cheering it on. Go on.
Dead straight in front. 4.5 yards, do we reckon? 4.5 yards, dead straight.
Yards. That's great. That's well played.
So Pepper needs to shoot at this from corner one. And just think about if you'd have been in the position I'd have suggested. First of all, he might have been blocking the rush, and now he would have a shot that was less than half
the distance he's now got.
So it's not just a good physical play by England, it's a bad tactical play by Spain. Pepe should be backing himself to hit at that distance, and he hasn't even shot here, and he's not.
No,
he's
going to be short.
Yards short.
Yeah. So that's.
He's really put so much pressure on Juan here by both those last two choices.
Yeah.
And I expect Jamie to run this.
Well, we're looking straight down the court at it. The camera's going to have a good view as well for you. Looking straight at the stroke.
And I worked out the stats overnight, and it's 7-all on hoop 13s.
Is it?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So, Jamie for the first game.
Yeah.
And there it is. Well done. Well played, England. Well played, England, and not well played Spain towards the end of that.
Yeah.
Not well played Spain towards the end of that one.
Yeah. They'll be disappointed with that. When Spain won 2 years ago at Hurlingham, and they won 14-12, they won about 70% of the games that went to 7-6.
Right, okay, so
and it's one of the things
they were good under pressure then.
Yeah, I highlighted that to the team before. I said, go and practice taking position at 13 from a wide variety of spots, from 12, from the west boundary penalty spot, from near the peg, from the east boundary.
And just be happy to be doing it, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's not something people practice enough, is there? We've maybe, when you in your warm up beforehand, you take a ball round and you take 2 or 3 shots, but the number of games that go to hoop 13, and you don't want to be starting getting the jitters of not knowing where the hills are from various places. When you're going to 13, you want to be totally relaxed about it. But England played that so well.
So 15 games now gone to hoop 13, and it's just 8-7 to England's favour. And really, in the whole Test match, if Spain had managed to win that 10-5, we'd be level.
Yeah.
So very important to be competitive at 13. So Lawn 3 hasn't started again, but Lawn 1, England have a 2-1 lead. Remember, we're game up in all 3 matches now.
Yes. In fact, I don't think we brought people so engrossed in the game in front of us. I think we didn't bring you the score of the game on Hoop 3. Lawn 3. That was the Toby Savage and Stuart Smith game against Patricio Garay and Nicolas Denzio. England was 6-4, if you remember when we spoke to you last, and contesting Hoop 11. So they played 3 hoops whilst we were engrossed with our own game. But England did manage to pull that off and hold it together to win
7-4.
Oh, 7-4. I beg your
7-4.
pardon. I thought it was behind the flag there. So it was 7-4. So they did win it at Hoop 11. Meanwhile, Mr. Openshaw is taking our photographs. David Openshaw of Openshaw Shield fame, former England captain at AC, and the donator of the trophy for the World Team Championships, now known as the Openshaw Shield.
And there's a little story behind that.
Oh, go on then.
Because what David wanted was he wanted a wooden shield with beautiful silver, solid silver, metal engraved and in scroll work to mirror image the McRobertson shield.
Indeed, yeah.
And he asked me if I knew how he could possibly do that, and I managed to get Ray Atkins, who's a wonderful craftsman and is the inventor of these Atkins quadway hoops.
Oh, okay.
Wonderful.
Is he a croquet player himself?
Croquet player himself.
Okay.
And he made the shield, the wooden part of it, and another craftsman in Christchurch, New Zealand, did all the silver embossing and silver work, very to a high skill standard, and put that together, and it's a lovely trophy.
Yeah. And I've not seen the 2 side by side, but they look very similar.
They are very similar.
Yes. Oh, good.
One slightly darker wood, but yeah, both beautiful trophies and handcrafted, which I think is a lovely thing to have.
It's a lovely thing to have, yeah. So we've just seen, whilst we've been chatting, our match referee Francis Coleman going around checking all the hoops before we kick off on game 2. Francis is the championship referee, seems to be the go-to referee for all our big events these days. It's her second time she's been the tournament referee at this international, and she'll be doing playing in the doubles, as indeed will both Chris and I in the British Open. Also, I do beg your pardon to all Scots and Welsh viewers, the Open Championship. We mustn't call it the British, because it isn't. And that takes place at Southwick down near Brighton this week, starting with the doubles on Tuesday and the singles from Thursday. So Francis will be taking part in that as a player and then refereeing the singles event.
So Chris O'Byrne says, has there been any notable disadvantage to Spain when insisting on red and yellow? I don't think they have. I don't think they have insisted on red and yellow. So I think that's the easy answer to that one. So we've started game 2, and Pepe's played red into really quite a weak position. It's probably just about runnable, certainly drawsable, but I think he'll be really disappointed with that as an opening shot of game 2. You should always have your stronger player playing first, I think, because they're more likely to take position, more likely to run the hoop. I've been quite interested in the JP and Aston combination, that Aston's been taking position at hoop 1, and I would have said JP's a stronger player in that partnership, so I've been a bit surprised by that. Black's gone deep, but this is in near corner 1. Yeah, that's on the AC corner spot.
Yes.
So So it does hill towards that corner, so it hills right to left as you take in position at hoop 1, and it's downhill as well. So
Right.
lots of people have overhit their hoop approaches, but not very many have got inside the yard line area. Oh, JP's just run a 10-yard hoop 4, super shot.
And that gives England a 3-1 lead over on court 1.
Yeah.
That's JP Mobley with that stroke, partnering Aston Wade against the Alvarez Salas brothers, Andres and Manuel.
So yellow and blue both much better balls. Can Jose get in hoop 1? I think one of these smooth approaches is on the line of the corner, so it's 45 degrees. So I'm not going to take this hard, I'm just going to take it smooth.
Yeah. He does, but that was solid on the near wire.
4 shot, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's not going to go through any hoop.
No. That was a poor stroke.
So black to clear yellow. All 3 games now back in action. Yeah, it's a good shot. And again, completely valid choice here to take position.
Blue's got a shot at the hoop, but
Yeah. And it's fairly straight as well,
Yeah.
but it's 4.5 yards away.
I think Juan's shooting at it, is he?
I don't think he is.
No, he's not. I beg your pardon. I misread his body language there.
A little bit too far again. I think that's mainly lawn related, downhill.
Just there.
Very few people have come up short. Good
And
shot.
That's a confident shot from Ewan, and straight through and now off the north boundary, so he's going to be pleased with that one.
Always good to sort of turn over the toss. If you
Yes.
played second to hoop 1,
Yeah.
you're almost anticipating going 1-0 down, and if you can get 1-0 up, then you really feel you're starting to get control of game 2 straight away.
In tennis terms, you've broken the serve straight away. haven't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's a good positional shot, might be wired. I think he's got that. Yeah. No, I'm not sure. Just open, I think.
Trying to. Ewan can see it. He's saying to Jamie, just. I was trying to interpret what his hand signals were there, but I've picked up. Just don't go anywhere near the red.
Yeah, I think it
So-
says get in the mix.
Get in the mix. He can obviously see red. Calm down. I'm working that as a.
Again, I mentioned earlier that these 2 are long hoop runners. I'm not going to be happy with black there. That's that's a long hoop for me. I can easily
Yes.
not run that.
Yes. So these 2 seem to be. I think perhaps the oddest combination, aren't they? They're long hoop runners. Jamie's the touch player. Ewan is probably the least. Well, perhaps not. Well, you've got Toby in the side, so perhaps not the least of the touch players of the England side. But they're they are a bit different. This pair.
Yeah, he's not a bad touch player, Ewan, and he's certainly better than Toby.
Yes.
But what I said yesterday about him is he's very good at the difficult shots and not good enough at the easy ones. And that's a difficult shot that he's just nailed.
Pulled off. Yes.
And that wasn't his hard shot.
No.
That was just a mid-pace clearance almost for him.
I think what you'd kind of say in sporting terms, if you were doing a highlight reel of all the big strokes, Ewan would be heavily featured, wouldn't
And Toby would be
and
next.
Toby would be next. But what they what you don't get on the highlight reel is the simple stuff and the positional play and all that kind of stuff. Perhaps it's the spectacular stuff. They're winning every time, aren't they?
Yeah, people used to watch me play, and I'd win, and they go, "But he didn't really do anything good there."
Right.
And they don't understand that just taking position relentlessly and keeping running 3-foot hoops is quite difficult to do.
Yeah.
So yellow is definitely in play here. It's a good positional shot with red. I think it's forcing black to take the hoop on, either over yellow or past it. And he's moved his hands down the mallet.
A good shot on the monitor there, probably better than we can see.
You can see from the grip that he's definitely jumping.
Definitely jumping over.
Shot.
And yes, very good.
And that's what I've been saying. The standard of jumping
has been superb, hasn't it?
Been really good.
You see there, there was the top spin that you get when you do a jump, and the ball wants to go through, doesn't it? So it had a bounce just beforehand, a quick rattle, but it wanted to go through.
And these very fine lawns, I think, create more topspin. You get more follow through. So that might be one reason why jumps have been more successful. Yellow's taken great wide position from blue. Blue would have shot at it if it had been open here, but it's wired.
So that's a good pace from Ewan.
Yeah, nice shot.
That is a nice shot.
I don't think it's block black. No, it's a good shot. That's lovely.
Black's open.
Red will be trying to go in hoop running position, blocking black at yellow. This looks good pace, but it's a little bit deep to block black at yellow. So good 2-0 lead here, and England 5-1. Can't be 5-1 because they're on hoop 6, so it must be 4-1 on lawn 1. Oh, good shot, Jamie. Good clearance. And try and give the Spaniards a little bit of...
Coleman walking by there, our match referee.
A little bit of hope. They're 2-0 up on lawn 3. So that's the only match that's going okay for Spain. 2-0 up, game down.
And over on lawn 1, Chris, you're quite right. It is 4-1. JP has just corrected the scoreboard lady there. I think in fairness to our volunteer scoreboard lady over there, I think the wind had blown it.
I think so,
blown it over. So yeah, 4-1. And we should say thank you to our scoreboard operators. A nice rota put together by the Roehampton Club, with volunteer members sitting there for the benefit of spectators, and us particularly. It's jolly hard to keep a track of 3 games in a row without the telegraphing scoreboards. So well done, everybody.
Yeah, lovely clearance from one there. So again, good quality match here. We didn't like some of the tactical options at the end of game 1, but physically been really strong.
Yeah.
Ewan's probably going to have to shoot back at that with Pepe having a slightly angled longish hoop, but I don't want to let him have a go at this. I want to shoot at this one.
So you mentioned earlier about the importance of the positional play. Just pause while Ewan plays this big stroke.
And this is shooting. Quite right.
Yeah. That's a nice
lovely
stroke. And I had the pleasure yesterday of sitting alongside Jenny Clark, your wife, Chris, at least one time. Women's world champion, or possibly twice.
Never at GC.
Never at GC. I beg your pardon.
Multiple medals at GC, but never the right colour.
No, right. Okay. And she was doing a bit of statistical analysis on the game that we were watching over on Court 4 yesterday morning, which was JP's match, I believe, and keeping a bit of a score going on. Let's just wait for Pepe to have a pop at this.
This is what you call a free go. Lovely shot.
Good shot. So
So 4 fantastic single ball strokes there, just
All in a row.
clearance,
Yeah.
clearance, clearance, hoop.
Yep. And yeah, she was giving a statistical analysis of the success of the intended outcome of the stroke. So in a number of categories, so you've used hoop strokes, how many hoop strokes you converted, clearances at 3 different distance bands, and particularly taking position. And it was and getting a score at the end of that.
And this is an analysis created by Andrew Cowan
That's right,
from Cheltenham.
From Cheltenham. And good morning, Andrew. I've no doubt you're watching.
And Jenny's actually written a research paper, a sort of sports science paper on it that's been published. And Andrew was thrilled to know that all his work, was actually going to be useful and seen around the world. So one of the things I think it shows is you're taking either half or 55% of your shots are generally positional.
Yes.
And so you really have to be absolutely on that. And when we analyse Reg's play, Reg will get 20 out of 20 or 19 out of 20 each game on positional play.
Positional play.
And people always look at the flash shots, but it's the simple ones that keep you putting pressure constantly on your opponent. So yeah, well worth people doing that at home. Thanks.
So we've been. This is the croquet commentator's version of the chocolate cake being delivered. We've actually got chocolate biscuits, grapes, and orange juice. So thank you very much for the delivery of those. That's keeping us going.
I'm on a diet, I'm afraid. So
you're on a diet, so
it's all yours.
So you're not
Chris.
going to want that chocolate
No,
biscuit.
no,
Well, it's not going to sit there for long, Chris.
They're
I'll
all
tell you.
yours. I'll move them into the shade, actually.
Yeah, that's
Just
fine. You have the grapes, then I won't feel
I'll
quite
have
so
grapes
bad.
then.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, so here we are, 2-1 to England.
Black's failed to take position, but it's not a major problem because Red would have cleared it anyway.
You want a little bit more on that.
And I would anticipate Red to clear blue. Might be far enough away that it won't.
Yeah.
It's a tough choice, this. If you take good hoop position, Black will just stop you away. Admittedly, it will give Yellow a hoop shot. So maybe...
This is a good one with where blue went. A good example for club players, because not all our viewers are going to be playing really competitive croquet. So good morning to anybody who's a club and more social player. You might be thinking, blue, that was pretty rubbish, wasn't it? Didn't get anywhere near the hoop. These players don't go near the hoop. Watch out for the next 5 or 10 minutes. The play is not all around the hoop. If you're all around the hoop, you're going to get smashed away by the good quality clearances. It's completely different to club play.
Yeah, so I had a long think about this and a clearing Black. I expect Black to play back in here. It could take Yellow
Yeah,
out.
I was going to say, you're going to give Yellow a shot at the hoop there.
I think I am.
You are.
I think
okay.
I am.
I'm not.
Jamie's
shooting at it, so he's.
If I was 2-1 down, I'd clear Yellow. 2-1 up, I'm going to take position.
And this is a good example of what we were saying earlier on. The different decisions you make because of the score.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's really that's the best result we could have got from that, isn't it? I mean, he's hungry. He's got good contact on it. Black's hung around in the vicinity.
I was a little bit surprised.
Surprised he played the stroke, but he got a good result out of it, don't you think?
It was a lovely shot.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want it back. They're not shooting at blue. I'd be tempted to shoot at blue here.
Me too. I'm not giving. I'm not giving Ewan a hoop shot here. He's from backing Ewan and score this. He's pretty well straight in front. And what is it?
3 yards.
3 yards.
Yeah,
No
good
doubt,
shot.
straight towards us, and 3-1 to England.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have given Ewan a shot there. So England really quite strong now. Black having cleared yellow and stuck around in the right quarter of the court is in good position himself. So
I think it's just open. I don't expect Jamie to clear it.
no,
I just expect him to take position. But no, he's clearing.
He is clearing.
He is clearing, okay.
Oh,
Rare miss.
so that is a rare miss. Now England don't want to see a replication of what happened in the first game. They were 3-1 up in the first game and lost this hoop and the next one, and Spain got right back in at 3-3, didn't they? So
We just had in another nice replay on the board there.
all right, missed that.
And Jamie's follow-through was much better. And what I find is when he has these nice straight follow-throughs, he misses.
So
And when he has his wrist coming all the way
Way
over at
over.
45 degrees, he hits.
it is, yeah.
So
That's odd.
I'll just let Ewan play this before I carry on.
Come with the hoop.
Decent effort, decent effort.
And that was pretty well the same stroke that Ewan had in the last game, wasn't it?
Yeah, and the right
Yeah.
choice again, 2
Yeah,
balls down.
indeed. Yeah.
Um,
Got the far wire that near wire the first time. So
so it looks like we've won the match on lawn 1. So that's 12-7 to England. JP
So-
Mobley and
so
Aston Wade.
So that must have been a quick one over there.
7-1, I think,
It
game
was it,
2.
Yeah, over really quickly.
Oh dear. That was an upset.
Yeah.
So, a chance to get back in this by hitting yellow. And I'm going to hit this at absolutely full pace. I don't really want black to hang around anywhere near the hoop because red will clear it.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy for black to go off the east boundary and just get yellow up to corner 3 somewhere. Cross your fingers.
Start this hoop all over again.
Yeah, just taking position from 20 yards away is not easy. So yeah, I'd have hit that double the pace. But it's a good result. I'd rather have yellow off the lawn somewhere. Again, going back to technique.
Oh.
It's inches in front.
Yeah. So he's acknowledged the
Luck.
very nice result. Wasn't played for at all. Obviously, nobody tries that going through the back of the hoop from that distance. So so he's waved an apology to England for that one, acknowledging his good fortune, and nevertheless enjoying all smiles on the Spanish side because of it.
The good thing from England's point of view is they've got 2 balls on the side. You wouldn't want a ball on the south boundary at the moment because you couldn't clear yellow.
Clear it. No, that's true.
But these balls on the side can actually get through and clear it. The sport's developed a lot over the last 30, 40 years as it's become more technical and more analysis has been done.
Yeah.
And many sports, they teach very rigid practices. So in England, if you go and let's say you play cricket, for example, they'll tell you all about the perfect techniques. And I think one of the things we've lost in sport are the individual, unusual techniques. And if you look at the Indian cricket team, and they learn to play in the streets with little, not proper cricket balls, and a bin for the stumps, and they're not taught by anyone. They develop a natural style.
You've got and you've got weird bowling action, all sorts of things, haven't you?
And these individual, not technically perfect, but completely different techniques are wonderful to have in a sport because it brings variety. And I think about Jim Furyk's swing in golf. If everyone was taught to swing like Adam Scott or Tiger Woods, then it'd be a bit boring. So I do like encouraging people to be individual. So let's see if Jamie can get this. Red's gone onside. I think that's a bit dangerous. Oh, he's missed up the wrong side of the hoop.
He's got away with it, but there's the red going there for what you're saying there, Chris, is there's no insurance ball there, was there?
No. And they are 3-1 down, so there's a legitimate reason. You'd have put an insurance ball on up if you were 3-1 up.
3-1 up, yeah. But this is what we were saying earlier on. When you're down in the game, there's no point in just being in trading hoops, especially when you're 2 hoops down. You're going to trade hoops. You're going to lose at hoop 12 or 13, aren't you? If you trade hoops, you've got to look for that opportunity to score 2 hoops in a row, and as soon as possible. The later you leave it, the harder it gets.
Where's this going? It's north of the hoop. Oh, just pulled up, but
Ewan crossed himself about that one.
That is the wrong side of the hoop.
Yeah, so huge dead area for Spain to hide in.
Again, trying to give some understanding as to why Blue's gone there. Why hasn't he gone 2 yards in front? Because it's too easy a clearance from yellow.
Yes.
So he's actually tried to get 1 foot straight position.
Yeah.
That's why he's.
But it's a chance you take, isn't it?
Yeah. And if Red's managed to find the wide spot, they're in all sorts of trouble here. It's going to be 3-all pretty quickly.
So this game going rather the same way as the first. England taking early lead, Spain winning the middle hoops, and then if we remember rightly, they also won hoop 7, didn't they? So that's where they turned it round, and England did jolly well to come back to rescue the game. To be honest, it was they played hoop 12 and 13 to perfection.
Now Spain 4-1 up on lawn 3. Game down.
So lawn 3 is the other game still in progress. Is Toby Savage and Stuart Smith playing Patricio Garay and Nicolas Denzio.
So I'm assuming he's taking Blue on. So that would indicate that Blue isn't wide on Red.
Right.
So he's got the clearance, but this is very hittable.
Yep.
And Jamie's in running position. So not as bad a position as I thought it might have
England's
been.
starting to potentially rescue the situation. It all looked a bit dire when that blue went behind the hoop, didn't it? But
Red not quite getting wide from it. Gives us this bonus shot back. That's in corner 4 now. So it'll soon be 3-all. This is a very similar position to where Pepe failed hoop 5 from. It wasn't a difficult shot.
It wasn't a difficult shot, but it's a bit smoother on that one. So 3-3 now on this court, 4-2 to Spain in the other game in progress. England 1-0 up in both matches, and having won the other game, the match that was on this morning 2-0. So leading the Test match 12-7.
And one of the things I've noticed this 3 days is I think both teams have had very good camaraderie within them. There's been plenty of support for fellow team members, chatting, laughing, friendship, chatting about tactics and doubles, good communication.
Yeah.
I think that's been a very positive aspect for both countries.
Both teams. They've looked like teams, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. All the England boys are staying, with the exception of Stu Smith, who's with wife Louise. The England boys are all sharing one house. The Spaniards are in 3 properties, including being put up by some locals. I know Nick Yates and his wife are putting up Patricio and Nicholas.
Lovely
Not
shot.
sure about the others. So
Very good shot with blue from
That
corner
was good.
4 to get there. And yeah, it's a big thanks again. You mentioned the scorers earlier, didn't you?
Yeah.
I think my club, United in Christchurch, held the under-21 Worlds, and it was something like 300 volunteer hours of just for,
when you
for
work
the
it out,
scorers.
yeah, when you work it out, yeah, so it's good. Well, it's both a commitment and it's good to get the club members involved, isn't it? It's not just that an entourage has turned up, taken over your club for a while. The club is totally involved, and everyone taking part.
And this very much like the Ryder Cup, 3-day format, some doubles, some singles. Again, I think 14 and a half is the winning score in the Ryder Cup. It's 14 in this, so we can't have a draw. So a rare miss from Pepe. Can Jamie take the lead? Yeah,
Yes,
just
he can,
about.
just safely, so that's good. 4-3 on the scoreboard's good. Quite happy with that. You mentioned your club, Chris. I'll take the opportunity to mention mine, Phillips Court Club in Henley-on-Thames. I know I mailed all 250 of our members on Thursday night to tune in, so I know a number of you are. We've got, in addition to Francis Coleman, referee, and myself here from the club today, we've also been joined by committee member Paul Franklin, and both Helen Esser and Rob Eagle are here, so we're club are here in force, and good morning to anybody that's listening at home. Back in Henley, we've got the Henley Royal Regatta in a fortnight's time, so Henley is a place of concentration as soon as this and the European the English the Open Championships are over next weekend. All eyes will be on the regatta. Meanwhile, back at the Croquet,
Again, they're struggling to take position at 8. They're overhitting this shot down. I think it's downhill. It's a bad yellow. It's a reasonable blue, and it's a good red.
It's a good red.
I think yellow's still open on the clearance on blue. Again, this is travelling. Where's it going? Might be okay.
That looks good.
Don't know what angle it's at. Red can still jump over it easily, so I still think yellow's going
Brown
to
was
just...
down on his haunches then for a moment, seeing what he's got. So whatever he's aiming at is a bit on the tight side. So I presume he'd be shooting at.
It's blue, I'm sure.
It's got to be blue. That's
Yeah.
what he's going for, but it's obviously tight with the presence of red.
Here we've got an interesting angle.
I can see over Ewan's shoulder.
Shoulder move.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's definitely wide open, full ball target, I think. Oh, he's cleared black. So maybe he didn't have all of
Maybe
it.
didn't have, yeah.
But this is a... I want to take the hoop on here. You can clear red comparatively gently and move blue towards the short boundary side, and indeed that is much better than jumping up.
This is Ewan from the jump.
I don't like this.
So got got the underside of the crossbar, but
If we try and think of the positives, he could be viewing it as a free shot on the basis that no, he can't even think because it's red, isn't it? It's not yellow. It wasn't free.
It's red, and he's compromised now for getting across the court as well, isn't he? From from his landing position. So he was unlucky with his landing position. He couldn't have been worse.
With yellow so far away, if you clear red on the right-hand side gently and just go halfway towards the boundary, he's failed another one.
That is a let-off, isn't it?
That is
a real let-off. Goodness.
Then it would allow red to play back in front, black to play back in front, and blue would clear red. So red couldn't play in front. Red would have to get wired from blue or play to the boundary. So despite the fact it looks sort of neutral, clearing red half ball on the right, I think it would have been strong.
Yeah.
And Pepe must have been running that 95 times out of 100.
Yeah. When he played the stroke, obviously, getting away from it was a poor stroke, but the hoop moved a lot. Bearing in mind it was preceded by Ewan's jump.
Yeah.
I think that's probably a bit of a loose hoop if they bother to check.
So interesting choices for blue. From where we are, it looks like red can't get in the jaws and it can't hit black. Do you not bother moving red?
What have we got on red? Red.
Because blue can move it all the way to the east boundary easily, but it doesn't have to.
No.
It could just play in front. It could clear yellow as a safety valve.
Yeah, you don't. Well, a lot will depend on what he's taking great aims. He's aiming at something. I'm not quite sure what.
There's a lot to be said for hitting any ball here.
Yeah. So he's having a long look at it, so he's happy to hit something. He's got the black, right?
That's the best of the three to hit. So good shot. I don't think Ewan's got an in-off angle, but I may be wrong.
No, he's just going for good distance on that, and his landing position is...
He's unhappy with it, so it looks like it's a bit too far east. They're still favourites, but only marginally now. If red can take position, there's not a lot in it.
No. So black's on the south boundary. If red's...
It's a runner.
It's open for black, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Is black going to play gently at blue? On the basis that red's got a tough hoop anyway.
Yeah.
And you can get red and blue and black both in front. If yellow were to miss, blue can run. If yellow hits, well, red's not got an easy hoop. I think I'd play comparatively gently with about 3 yards of pace, 2 yards of pace into blue.
Okay. Let's see if you're right.
That's the shot they've played, I think. And yeah, he hasn't got the middle contact, so blue's not a runner. But that's no worse than black having taken position anyway.
It's no worse than it was. No. Yeah, it was worth the chance, wasn't it? That one. Worth trying for. Meanwhile, in the other game in progress, and we're no further forward, still contesting Hoop 7, England 2, Spain 4.
Given that I'm 4-3 down, I want to encourage my partner to clear blue so I can get over to 9 and then take the difficult Hoop 8 on.
Right.
It is tricky, but there's lots of upside to this line of play. Lovely shot.
That's a good
And
centre
yellow's
ball
got
clearance.
within about 4 yards
Yes.
of hoop 9. That's a super shot.
That really
Obviously,
is,
the
yeah.
fact that yellow's so good does put a little bit more pressure on the red.
Yeah.
And I think blue will definitely shoot at it.
Blue's got to shoot at red, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because red's got to take on the hoop
Yeah.
to benefit from yellow's great position.
Correct.
Yeah. And this is going back to repeating myself again. This is the importance of trying to look for that opportunity to score two in a row when you're down in the game. So Ewan with a 20-yarder across the court. He stayed down looking at it, and he can't believe he's missed that.
Close.
He must have been so close.
So now, this is a big shot in the game, overall game. It's going to be either 4-all with a positive position at 9, or you're going to be 5-3 down.
5-3 down, and yeah.
No.
Yeah, so that's the. He ought to have been getting that, really. That's at this standard, he should be getting that. It's not as bad as the miss earlier on, but at 5. But that's a big opportunity in this. So can Jamie make him pay for this? Nice and smooth, yeah.
5-3.
5-3 down, so yeah, Pepe looking at his boots a bit there.
One will
Knows
get
he's-
good position at 9 here. Yep, that's
Yeah,
okay.
That's okay. That's okay. So 2 shots at this for England, I think.
Definitely.
Another 20-yarder for Ewan. He was a whisker from the previous one. Any better with this? Let's have a look.
Yeah,
And yeah,
shot.
got it that time. He's cleared it into corner 1.
Corner 4.
So we've got nowhere safe for red to go here.
And one of the things I try and encourage people to do is, if it's 4-all and you got first play to 9, you maybe take 2.5 yard straight position. But if you're 5-3 down, I'm going to be trying to take 4-foot position.
Right.
It's so important to get the ability to run up to 10,
Yeah.
or potentially get jawsed into hoop 9,
Yes.
which will give you
We give
a
you
lot of
fir-
control.
Yes. That's right.
Black will play in now. And that's a good pace.
A good one.
Yeah, almost dead straight.
So we're having
So,
a look at the chat. We're being
lots
highlighted.
of- Encouragement for Spain.
Encouragement for Spain. Patricia Duke Cox acknowledging my good morning to her from half an hour ago. Good morning again, Patricia. So she is enjoying the commentary. So there we are, she says. So jolly good.
Good shot from
Shot,
Ewan.
Ewan.
Hit it on the correct side. He's taken the south boundary himself. He's got the red cleared a long way away. And now Spain are starting to get into trouble here. They could be 6-3 down very quickly. It looked so promising for them literally 2 minutes ago, didn't it?
That's right. And it's slipping away from Spain now. Remembering they're 1-0 down in this match. Down in the Test match overall. was within half a ball, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So England tightening their grip on this one. So viewers from all over the world tuning in. Another really smooth stroke from Jamie. I mean, his hoop strokes look just so good, don't they? He's not trying too hard to get right the way down the court. Playing with the scoreboard. 6-3, Spain with everything to do.
And if England do win this match, we'll be effectively at match point in the match. It'll go to 13-7. And Spain really want to make sure they can keep the match alive into this afternoon's singles.
Indeed. So they're in the other game in progress. They finally run hoop 7, which they contested probably for the last 25 minutes or so. Toby Savage ran that 3 strokes ago, so England keeping themselves in the game at 3-4 down. So Spain definitely need to bring that one home and try and pull something out of the bag here for the reasons you've just said, Chris. We want something hanging on the afternoon.
And that's a deliberate play by Blue up here. So with the yellow not in position, Blue's just taking the short boundary side. It can't be cleared very far. But, if it takes good hoop position, yellow can clear it.
Yeah. So this is the difference between the club play, isn't it? So often we're just seeing balls put right in front of the hoop, even though there's a clearing ball present, which
he's going to take this on, Chris.
He's taking this on to win the game and this match. So we're right behind him. I just have to lean over a bit to see the hoop myself.
Good, no.
Straight, no, just off hits the outside of the right wire.
No. And again, there's no fantastic place to put black. If you put it in front, yellow clears it.
Yeah.
So it's
it's about to say earlier on, but taking position right in front of the hoop is, trying to tell the club people, is essentially the same thing as sticking your head down a cannon when it's already lit. You know what the result is going to be. You're going to get your head blown off.
So Ewan's going to clear red, trying to stay in hoop position. And he's done that. That's a good shot.
So that's good control. Yeah, good control again of the cue ball. So sends the opposition away. Hanging around in the hoop contesting area. Jamie's only had one loose shot that I can remember in this match. So you'd back Jamie to be clearing the yellow with his black from the north boundary. That's a good red.
Super red.
That's a really good red. Yeah,
might have got blue at the hoop.
Yeah, thumbs up from one there.
Not quite from that angle.
Oh, you've got the monitor.
Yeah.
Right. So here we go. So Jamie's missed one. So for England, let's hope there's not 2. Backing him to hit this.
Good shot.
And he has got a good distance on it. It's coming right down the court, straight towards us. Black's sold.
Shoot back at Blue here.
Yeah, he's got to shoot at Blue because Ewan's taking this on, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yep, got it.
He's got it, yes.
Good
So,
enough to stay in the hoop.
Stay in the hoop and stay in the match.
Now this is a shot where you want blue to go off the lawn, having hit red.
Yeah. And we're
That's not great.
No, so that's
So Pepe ought to be
positioning and trusting Juan to.
Well,
Is he
I don't
taking
want
red?
to do that because
He's taking red, is he? Yeah.
I want to take blue.
Taking blue. I meant blue. Yeah. No, he's taking position and giving it to Juan. Well, so what's your thinking there?
So the
Chris?
reason
you'd have taken blue, would you?
I would have taken blue.
Okay.
The reason being that what he's done is what I call the standard thing. He's taken position and allowed his partner to clear.
Yeah.
But if his partner clears blue, his partner's going to be all the way on the southern half of the lawn. And at 6-3...
And they need two hoops. I'm getting it. Yeah. Okay.
It's
So
it's moving your balls away from 11. And it might be the highest percentage chance to win 10.
But it's low for winning the match when you're 6-3 down.
Yeah,
Got you.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Admittedly, yellow's going to be the positional ball, but if it's down on the south boundary somewhere, you think he's got the block.
I don't think so. Has he got the block?
It's really close.
Francis has gone to have a look.
It's
It's
open.
open, says Francis.
Right,
So there we are. That's a hand signal there from Francis. We learnt that from Tony Hall, didn't we? And signalling as an on-court referee of whether targets were open or in line. Missed that one, so this hoop really swings in England's favour now.
And there's no need to move this more than a few yards.
No, you get two balls onto one, play the numbers.
Red's got nowhere to go really, so moving it to corner 2 is unnecessary. Keeping blue in a good position and not allowing red to clear blue is important.
Oh, well done, Ewan.
And he went for that.
He went for that and got it. And I think that's going to be. He's actually scored the hoop. I thought it was in the jaws. I beg his pardon. I thought it was just in the jaws. Well done, England.
13-7.
So that's the highlight reel shot again that we were talking about. So Ewan high on a percentage there. So well done, England. Win that one 7-3. The match to 2-0. And that gives England 13-7. Did you say?
It does. So
13-7.
Match point, effectively.
So match point, which focuses very much on the game on court 3. The other last doubles that's still in progress. England trailing 5-4 over there. And that's Toby Savage and Stuart M. Smith against Patricia Garay and Nicholas Denzio.
So playing up to hoop 10, and I think Toby played a nice positional shot, and Patricio felt they needed to shoot twice at it, but he hit the first shot.
I hit the first one.
So it's gone to still England favourite for 10.
Yep.
But Spain definitely back in it. Wasn't the greatest positional shot by Stu. He's left himself at least 3.5 yards back.
So we've got camera position. The camera swung round from the north boundary. North boundary camera swung round to its left. So looking from corner 2.
And for those of you not used to the players, that's Toby Savage, who's just played the black ball in, and this is Patricio playing yellow at blue. He's missed that. I would have been very interested in taking position there.
Yeah.
For two reasons. First of all, blue and red are not fantastic in position, but you're also going across a very nice line to allow you to block.
Yes,
you've probably got, instead of having two balls that you mentioned earlier, you've probably got more like 2 feet.
2 feet to put the ball in, yeah. And 2 feet is a result.
So now he's missed.
This is the margin of error that we're talking about. When you're going across the line, you've got to be super accurate. When you're shooting it down a line to get a block, you've got a lot more margin for error.
So England now just going to clear this red. Yellow's on the south boundary.
So for me, I'm struggling to see this. I'm going to have to ask Ewan Burridge and Aston Wade, who are as windows, making a jolly good door for me. And I'm just going to ask them to stand a couple of feet aside, then I can see what's going on. Right, that's
so Toby's back in front of the
clear
hoop,
review,
and it's allowing Yellow the chance to get back up there. And the question is, does Stu fancy blue at red? And there's nothing wrong with blue taking position or blue clearing Yellow here.
Nope.
I don't think he needs to take this sort of 7-8 yarder at red, but he really needs to hit on the left hand side.
Yeah.
So it's quite a difficult shot, blue at red, and I think there are other easier and perfectly acceptable options. And he's taking one of those. He's trying for the block, I think. Blue.
Trying for the block at
Trying to block
blue
red
to
at
block.
black.
And he's going to have a look and see what he's got.
So it's close.
Hard to tell from his body language, but
Nicholas is on the floor, kneeling down, trying to see if he's got half a ball to shoot at. He thinks he has.
so we're looking side on here.
Oh,
And he's got a flick of the black.
He got incredibly lucky there, Chris.
Yeah, he's waved acknowledgement.
So he actually hit the blue.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he's flicked the blue, and the blue's moved literally a foot.
Right. Didn't
But
see
he's
that.
then gone on and hit the
Angle.
black. So
yeah.
that's why he's apologising.
That's why he's apologising. Right, I couldn't see that.
So Toby now got a...
It's funny. We've got a pretty poor view from our commentary position, where the court they're playing on is slightly elevated, so we've got very little perspective. We're looking almost at ground level at it. So I'm trying to perch myself up in the seat while Toby takes that one on, gets a contact in good enough on the yellow.
So big advantage now.
Big advantage to England. They're trailing 5-4, but one up in this match. So Patricio trying to clear blue, potentially to save this. So save this hoop. Not the end of the world if England score it for Spain. Red's in a good position for hoop 11.
Oh, in the middle. Very good shot.
That is a good shot. And again, control of the cue ball. 11, yellow staying close to the action area. We're going to play this for a few more rotations, I fancy. Helicopter flying above. We're on the route here for London City Airport. There's quite a lot of helicopter traffic, and not as busy and noisy as yesterday when we were on the Heathrow flight path. But an absolutely glorious day. We've got powder blue sky and those sorts of clouds that you see at the beginning of The Simpsons, if I can put it that way. Almost cartoonly lovely conditions.
So Toby taking on another very aggressive shot here. He doesn't need to do this. He can simply play black into position, and yellow will clear blue, and blue will have a shorter shot
Yes.
at red.
Yeah. But see, Toby going for the aggressive clearance on yellow to give blue the hoop shot. And he's got
got
that
it.
good contact on that, sent it all the way over to the west boundary, so that gives Patricio 20-yarder. So he nailed his previous one from half this distance and got it pretty well on the nose. So he's just out of our shot. Well done, cameraman. Production team moving the camera around, so he got the full length of this stroke. Just remember this action picture a moment. I'll tell you a little bit about the Roehampton Club after this stroke. He's missed that one. So from the position you're looking at now, this is court 3. Court 2, our featured court, is to the right as you're looking at it. You can just see the bottom there of the boundary line in the bottom right hand corner, and court 1 further over. And the shot you had just then a moment ago with all those tennis players playing in the background, years ago those were all croquet courts. I think there were 7 in a row.
Yeah, good hoop by Stu.
Good hoop by Stu brings England to 5-5. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get that view again. Well, that's a closer view. So you've got you've got 4 or 5 tennis courts there. I think this whole area, this whole strip, was. If I'm getting a nod from Francis.
Yes, it was.
We were members years ago. Chris knows as well.
Before my time, Chris. But,
Yeah, before your time, and ours certainly. Yeah. So.
But yes, the.
We're longer on the planet, Chris, but not so long in croquet as you. So there we are.
The HQ used to be here for the Croquet Association, and then it moved to Hurlingham, and then it moved to Cheltenham. So
yes, that was acknowledged by. We had a dinner on Friday night, and David Openshaw gave the speech on behalf of the Croquet Association. The Croquet England now. In Patricia's absence, he gave her speech and acknowledged the debt of gratitude croquet has to both the Hurlingham Club, prior to that, as you say, Roehampton, and now the Cheltenham Club for hosting our headquarters, the current headquarters office at Cheltenham Club. So let's look at Stu clearing this one, attempting to. Good camera work again, fellows, in the production room.
got it. Oh no!
No, he hasn't.
I thought he got
He
that one.
got that one. Confident. So there's the England team gathering to support their side.
And take a bit of shade as well. Going to be another long session this afternoon. Good hit from Nicholas.
That is, and that's taken good. Is he going to stop in time or run?
quite.
Just run a little bit too much for.
But it's a very useful
Hoop
ball
12.
to have.
Yeah. So Spain's 6-5, keeping themselves ahead in this game. Ahead in they're one game down in this match. Spain, remember, we are, as Chris pointed out, we are now at match point with the afternoon singles to go. So Spain really, really need this one. Not only this game, they need this match.
And even if England clinch this morning, we'll still be playing the 6 singles this afternoon, all double banked. There'll be lots of action.
Yeah, so stick with it, everybody. It should be lots of good croquet to watch this afternoon.
Both teams will still have personal targets to achieve. Last time we played in Spain last year, the final score was 18-8 with 1 unfinished.
Right.
So both teams will be wanting to improve on that scoreline. So lots of personal pride still. Not a great yellow,
I'm
that.
just having to sit up a bit. I'm losing the the natural view behind the monitor. So I'm going to perch myself on the edge of the chair so I can see above it and still give the commentary. So discussion by England here of what to do next.
One of the interesting things is if you just put blue 4 feet in front of the hoop, people go, oh, well, red can just clear it.
Yeah.
But if red clears it up to 13 and then black runs the hoop.
Happy days. That's exactly what you'd be hoping for.
Yeah.
England got to score 2 hoops here. Remember, Spain only got to score the 1.
So that's a good shot by Stu. That's a good shot.
That is.
It's in front.
And as you say, red clears him. He hits him in the wrong in the plus position plus direction for England.
So he's taking the shot at black instead. Yeah, good shot.
Good shot.
Lots of power. Nice to see that. I think some of the players have probably been hitting it substantially less hard, and there are certain shots I'd like to see more power used, and particularly when they're trying to play stop shots, you need to get the ball skidding, and people have been sort of holding back their normal full power shots because of the speed of the lawns, and sometimes you still need to play them.
Just in order to so you the ball skidding on contact,
Well,
and therefore you're holding position because you're not. The ball's not got any rolling energy that it can't give to the target ball.
Yeah, either that, or when you've got a clearance like Nicholas had there, where you're not guaranteed to hit it half ball. You might just snick it 1/6 ball, but they're fast enough that if you hit it hard and you hit it 1/6,
ball is still going to leave the court.
Correct. Yeah. Whereas if you sort of hold back your power a bit, you're only clearing it 10, 11 yards away. So Toby eyeing up black at yellow. And even if he hits this, I don't think blue will run. I think blue might try to jaws.
Toby's going to have a long wind up, but it just gives me opportunity to say is in the foreground here we've got a dark, what looks like a lamppost, and it is, folks. It's one of the few opportunities of. I missed that by a way. Yeah, so you can see these posts right in the centre of your screen. There's a dark post. That's floodlit croquet. Super floodlights here. The only place in England that I think we have floodlights, certainly of this quality.
Very common in Australia.
Yep,
but not in New Zealand.
Not in New Zealand.
No.
Oh, okay.
Good
And
shot.
there we are. And Patricio nails that one. And
Game all.
Keeps Spain alive in both this match and the test.
So yeah, Australia have many places around the country that get up to 40, 42, 43 during summer.
So
really, really hot places to play, and if you can wait till 8, 9 o'clock at night to play,
yes,
and just let the temperature ease off a bit, then they use their floodlights for evening play when it's a more pleasant temperature.
So same logic as Egypt.
Egypt, exactly. Yeah.
If only that were a consideration in England.
Yeah, we like playing when it's warm, which is in 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah. Well, I was saying the other day, I did play under natural light until 10:05.
Yes.
On the longest day of the year, on Thursday, against clubmate and Ireland international Charlie von Schmieder. Hello, Charlie, if you're listening or watching. So there's a.
Looks like they're going to start straight away.
It does look like they're going to start
which
straight
is
away.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm pleased about that.
Yeah, it gives us less to fill.
Yeah, that first ball's been played.
Played across straight away.
That's due. And I'm pleased about that because this, to me, is a clear partnership where one player is better at taking position, and that should be the person who plays first.
Yeah.
So we don't want Toby playing first, because Toby's very good at clearing, very good at hoop running, very good at long jumps, but he's not very good at taking position.
Right.
So very pleased that they've got the right decision. There we go.
So we got
Here's the Spaniards,
with a
lining up for their team photo.
Real Madrid flag, or Real Madrid adorned Spanish flag. So
There's been a good atmosphere all
it
Test
has,
match, hasn't
yeah.
there? It's
Good
been
f-
friendly
it's been good
and
fun.
competitive.
indeed.
Having said that, Stu's played a poor position shot, so
Nevertheless, he's as you say, they got that.
Oh, Toby's
they got that
nudged
the
him.
right way round.
Toby's nudged him a bit closer. It might be jawsable now. Now, I'm sure all the neutrals are hoping Spain can win this and keep it alive
Keep
for the
it alive
afternoon
for the
session.
afternoon. Yeah. Slow down, says Nicholas. Slow down, slow down.
long
that's
way.
too long from Patricio.
Yeah, that little nudge by black on blue has made this just about runnable, never mind jawsable. Stu will be going fairly gently at it, I think.
Well, Jaws is a good result here, even, isn't it? Okay.
Very good.
Yeah, I'll be happy with that. And that's
unlucky.
He's actually scored it.
Yeah, it's
So
unlucky.
he didn't want that, really, I don't think. But nevertheless, scored it 1-0 to England.
Generally, you'd prefer to accept giving red a 7-yard jump shot with blue jaws, and then you could hopefully run blue all the way down to hoop 2 and get a 2-0 lead very quickly. Whereas with it through by a few millimetres, the odds are it's going to be 1-1 soon.
Yeah.
Red's in a running position. It's angled, but fairly short.
Yeah, blue's fourth ball down, isn't it, now, rather than first ball down. So.
I wouldn't be surprised to see black and blue both play with weight. There's probably, 18 inches between red and the hoop?
Yeah, I'm looking at the line that red's got. I'm just going to move my position slightly just to check for sure. Yeah, red is runnable.
Yeah, it's one of those shots where
Runnable with difficulty, but jawsable with ease.
You
So I
could
think
play
you're going to play this with pace, aren't you? And then if
Yeah.
you miss, you've got a shot at it if he does jaws. So,
Yeah, Toby's lining up the shot.
didn't get
through the middle.
such a good contact on that, did he? That was a
The bottom
came down
bevel,
it.
wasn't
Yeah,
it?
well, it bounced as well, didn't it?
Yeah.
It was a Barnes Wallace. You're right, Francis. It was a Barnes Wallace.
Looks a good shot from yellow.
Yellow looks good. I don't know if he's wired from black.
I think blue's got still red in the hoop to go for. No problem getting the mallet on it. It's only through by a few millimetres.
Yeah. No, Stu did this on lawn 4, lining himself up absolutely. So he had exactly this shot on court 4 yesterday, and centre balled his target, having laid down to line himself up. Let's find out. He's having a look. He
Got second prize,
Yeah, he went for
but
the
red
yellow.
should run that.
I'm surprised he obviously lined it up for the yellow. I'm surprised he didn't take the red, because the red looks runnable to me.
No, I'm sure he shot at red. It's just
Just
missed it.
Oh right, I think. Okay. And
And that was a little rejection.
No. Yeah.
So didn't look like a bad hoop stroke.
No.
Yeah, it went into the far wire, but just
Yeah.
got sort of poked back. Looks like it can still run from
Yeah,
where
'cause-
Stu put his mallet down.
Black's not got much on it.
I'm still
what's he
interested
gonna do
in
now?
playing at
You're going to move blue.
Playing at blue.
Playing at blue. Playing
You
at
can-
blue to wire blue from yellow, is it?
we're into jumping range.
No, he hasn't. He's okay. So the
So assuming red does run, yellow should be shooting at blue.
unless they're calculating red doesn't run. It's God, what's that look like on the monitor? It's hard to see with the light. Oh, thanks, fellas.
It is very angled.
It is.
I still think this is the right shot.
Yeah.
It definitely draws us. We know
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
for sure. So it's not a bad red. Toby will be very keen to take the jump shot on. And
A
that's,
loose one for Patricio there. Yeah, no wonder he's a bit.
it should be 2-0 soon.
It should be, shouldn't it? Yeah. So.
He's blocked. I think he might have blocked black, and red has hit the peg. So it's a much shorter shot now for Nicholas than it was likely to be. So he's played in. That's indicating that blue is blocking black. Black's still going to jump over blue, isn't it?
He is.
We know Toby. He's not going to be dissuaded from this.
No. Well, I'm going to talk about it though. So, Stu's saying, block me just there.
Oh, I'm surprised. I
Put
thought
a block on me. He's trying to. Yeah, I'm weighing up the options here. So Stu's saying, block my blue ball from Patricio's shot.
it's not an easy shot. You're
No,
only going
it
to move
isn't.
it about 4 feet.
Yeah. But again, you're talking across the line. So Toby's, is he going for that? He is going for that. And
He's
I
got it.
think he's probably got it,
Yeah,
hasn't he?
that's dead in
Has
the
he got
way
that?
from
Francis
my angle.
Francis is going to have a look at the line, and Patricio is shooting at something, but it could well be the black onto the blue, and I hope that that's going to work.
Oh, it's
And
open.
It's open,
It's
she
open.
says. So he's open on blue, so he didn't get the block, and Blake did enough because he's Patricio's hit the black anyway. So
Not a great shot.
no, so he had hoop and ball, she says. Okay.
Yeah, I think he's missed that on the wrong side.
Mm.
I think he was trying to get the opposite side of black.
So it's good having Francis here as our runner. So
A 2-0. Spain need to get a good positional shot at 3 now.
yeah. So our overall test score, to remind you, is 11-7.
13-7.
Sorry, 13-11 overnight. I'm looking at 13-7. The match-winning score is 14. So Spain fighting to stay in this test. They need this victory to take us to stay alive going into the afternoon's head-to-head singles between all the players playing in seeding order.
And I think red's good. It is deepish, but I think he'll be happy with that. And I think it's good enough to force England to shoot twice at it.
Right.
It's a very unusual technique, this. Very long mallet for a start, Solomon grip,
Yeah.
and then this extremely, almost artificial follow through
Yes.
that goes above 90 degrees.
Yeah.
And Paul Skinley used to play Solomon grip, and he had a backswing that went over 90 degrees,
Okay.
but his follow through came down through and low and had a very smooth flat bottom to it. So he had a greater sweet spot. I always feel Toby's got a very small sweet spot, so when he's not quite on form...
So you talk about the curve.
Curve.
It was more of a bell curve than a...
flat bottom boat is what
flat
I
bottom boat.
try and get people to think about for their swing. Flat bottom boat.
Yeah.
Rather than a U shape.
Yeah.
So when he's not quite on form, he does sometimes top the ball and hit down on it.
Because he's got a small, as you say, small sweet spot
Yeah.
for the connection.
And Stu's decided to play in. Does that mean that yellow has blocked red's hoop shot?
Well, yeah, you'd think so, wouldn't you? Otherwise, you wouldn't give red a clear shot at this. What's red doing then?
Both Nicholas and Patricio are good jumpers.
Yeah. So it's I think that red. If red is blocked, and it must be, otherwise he'd just be walking up and taking the stroke. So I think there's no downside to this, is there? You're not gonna.
Well, you're going to give blue a hoop shot probably, but if yellow's dead straight,
Right.
I'm a bit less keen to take it because it can't get to hoop 4. But if it's just fractionally off straight, I fancy taking the jump.
Yeah, it looks like the jump is coming. And
No.
he didn't spend long over that, did he? He just. I mean,
So
some players play quicker than others, but that was like minimal preparation.
Toby still needs to hit this.
So here's a good opportunity for us to study Toby's style, and you see this exaggerated, as you say, follow through. I like it, to be honest. My long shots, I'm doing the same. Not with the same degree of success, of course, but there we are.
Yeah, he's
Come
missed
right
that.
the way through, but missed that one.
Now the door opens to Spain again.
Oh, thank you very much. Look, we've had Coke delivery now. Thank you, Stephen. Stephen from our production team, looking after the commentators as well as the visuals.
That's a bit hard. From where he was,
Yeah,
I'm really quite disappointed with that.
yeah, that's way too hard, isn't it? So score for Spain. But really disappointing position, way overshooting the contested area of hoop 4. So this allows Stu to effectively have the first controlled approach.
It's a good pace. Could be really good, that. Could be excellent.
So he's come to have a look at that. Nicholas has applauded him, so I'm assuming therefore he must be wired from
Yellow.
the wayward yellow. Nicholas is forced to shoot at it and got it.
Red's moved towards corner 1.
Red's in corner 1. Yellow, as we know, overshot the hoop, more in line, but overshot the hoop. So Toby now with good opportunity to shoot. A bit,
On the camera.
Is that a bit soft?
No, I think it's a
That's a
good
bit
shot.
soft.
I think
It's conservative distance back, though, isn't it?
it's important to think about it player by player.
Yeah.
And if I'd have played that shot, I'd have been disappointed with it. But
Yeah.
it's not Toby's strength. He's good at a lot of other things, and I think he's going to be happy with that. It's a runner.
Yeah. Yeah, Toby is the least, apart from Ewan, perhaps, he's the least shy of a long shot, isn't he?
Yeah. No, he'll hits the ball straight and hard. And my only issue with it is, I mentioned yesterday about missing on the wrong side. We know Toby would ideally like to be straight in front of the hoop. If he was going to miss, I'd prefer him to be 4 or 5 feet long than 4 or 5 feet short, because he's then taking the short boundary side.
Yes, see, yeah.
So some pretty good shots there. Red's coming nicely. And now we'll see how good this black is.
Stuart has just acknowledged a good shot from Nicholas there, so presumably red is blocking black. Did you think? What have we got on the monitor there? It's probably easier for you to see at home what we're contending with. We've got the same pictures as you on the monitor, obviously, but
Toby's already moved his hands down, so he's jumping.
Right. We're contending with strong sunshine on our monitor, so. Camera zooming in. Well done, our production team. And he's got that. That's a great shot. He's happy with that one.
Really,
I think if you want a pressured jump shot, I think of the players I'm familiar with. I want Toby on the other end of the mallet, to be honest.
I'll take Reg.
Yeah. You take Reg?
I'll take Reg.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking beyond the Englishman, to be honest, but we are.
But yeah,
morning,
the Englishman,
morning Reg.
Toby and Ewan are both good.
Yeah, indeed.
Just extending that lead 3-1. And some people wonder why you take on that jump shot when you have an easy clearance of yellow. Because you can only move it 7 or 8 yards away.
7 or 8 yards, and these players are going to hit you at 7 or 8 yards. Unless there's something in the way, they're going to hit you more times than they're going to. Well, many more times than they're going to miss. It's not even close. There's a good example. 7 yard clearance. Once again, I've got to perch up a little bit higher so I can see over the top of the monitor.
Blue's gone past hoop 1, so still advantage Spain at hoop 5. Black will play in, I think, here, and blue will try and clear red.
And just while we've got a pretend to play the stroke. Live now and recorded. Well, they're behind you. When you walk that way, duck under the camera. Yes. So a miss there from Patricio.
It's quite a modern.
Confidence must be taking a bit of a hit now. He's has 3 disappointing strokes in the last half dozen or so.
Yeah, on a slow lawn there, yellow should have played in. But on a fast lawn, I think it's a legitimate shot. Yeah, good shot, Stu. Not far away from the hoop 4 wire. That would be a bonus. No. Again, not a great strike. Bobbling. It's nothing to do with the lawns. The lawns are perfect. It's just a poor ball striking. Always something I'm looking for at players is, are they good ball strikers? Their entire game will hold together much better under pressure. They'll get a more constant contact from a positional perspective. How good is your actual technique?
Yeah. Free shot for Toby Savage. Nice and smooth.
Not smooth enough.
Not smooth enough.
No, I think from there I'm really, obviously you want to get 4-1 up, so you want to run the hoop.
Yeah.
But I don't think I need to hit it at a pace where it goes to north boundary.
No.
Well,
he
even just for the
didn't
lead.
take any wire at all, did he?
He didn't. He was dead straight in front of that.
Yeah.
Anyway, 4-1 is 4-1.
Yeah.
So, you know, I would have been very critical if it had been, you know, let's say 2-all there. That was just overhit. But 4-1 is a good lead.
And you've got to remember, keep reminding you that pressure is building on the Spaniards all the time. Not only are they losing this or behind in this game, they're well down in the Test match. England win this game, they win this match, and get the crucial 14th point needed to win the Test match. So it's all on Nicolas Denzio playing the red ball in now, and Patricio Gare, who's owning the yellow. Nicholas has not gone for the block there, has he? On blue to yellow, but blue's still open on yellow.
No, that's not relevant. It's about black on yellow, isn't it?
Is it black on? Oh, black on yellow, of course. Yes, I've got my
power
ball
clearance.
the wrong way around.
And I think yellow will take the hoop on. It might clear blue if black misses it. I'd be very tempted just to take the hoop on.
If you're yellow?
Yeah, if it stays there, obviously.
Yeah.
Because if you clear blue, you allow another shot to the opponents, and yellow's moving further away from 7 as well.
Yeah. And you're behind in the game. It's 4-1 again. We're playing the scoreboard, remember, everybody. Yeah.
No.
Toby's missed that one.
So we'll see now.
See.
The cautious line is yellow clears blue. I think the correct tactical line is yellow runs.
And he's taking your advice there, Chris.
Good on him. Excellent to see that.
Yeah.
Spain were a little bit defensive from positions like this last year, and we took advantage of it. And I've found they've taken the right option more often this year.
Oh, yeah.
Not an easy hoop.
No, Nicholas needs this one. Sorry, not Patricio.
No.
Oh no, I was about to say he needs this one personally. He's missed a few in a row now, and so Stu Smith to give England, you'd have to say, commanding 5-1 lead. It's going to be uphill for Spain if he gets this. And he does run nice and smooth.
He's had a very solid Test match.
He has. He's won both his
singles,
both his singles
so far,
and
he's been pretty reliable.
He has. Yeah. Senior man of the England side. So it's a very young England team. Stu's probably his mid-40s, early to mid-40s. And the rest of the England side is a young one. Jamie's the next oldest. And Jamie's been playing for 20 years, Chris, and he was
over 20.
He still looks young. He's one of those lucky fellows who looks probably younger than he is. I don't know how old he is. How old
Well,
is he?
Jamie was in my under 21 squad when I was coaching in about 2003 in the UK.
Okay.
So that's 21 years ago. So he's probably 38ish.
Right.
Yeah, that squad had people like James Death and Christian Chambers and Jamie Birch, and probably had Marcus as well. I don't know. I can't remember.
So they're all in their late 30s, early 40s now. Then.
Yeah, and most of them have got kids, and you know, it's difficult to put as much time in as you'd really like in that stage of your life. Good shot. And that's the side you want to hit it on.
Yeah.
Take the north boundary yourself. It's good stuff. And if we got a couple of replays of Stu's swing there, and I think he's changed a little bit. Watch the forearms through.
Yes.
Now that mallet went through a lot flatter and straighter than last year when he was swinging more like Toby and up at the end. And this forearm extension after the contact is something I'm very keen on, and I do coach.
Yeah.
And I think he's done a bit better this year with that technically. Yeah, that's nicely in front from Toby.
Yeah.
Yellow's going to have to clear that.
So again, Patricio needs a success just personally, doesn't he? He's on a run of failures. So good luck with this, Patricio. You need this. And yeah, that's a good. He's got to be happy with that.
Good shot.
That is a good shot. And he's
Again, Stu will hit this, and he'll be hitting it comparatively gently. Don't need to hit this hard.
No, just
Blue wants to stay close-ish to hoop 7.
again controlling the cue ball.
Yeah, I'd have gone even more gently than that.
More gently than that, but he's
it's not
he's got a
bad.
good contact on it.
Got a half ball, didn't he? And he's moved about 10 yards away. I've probably taken 20% off that. Still strong advantage to Spain at hoop 7, but they need to win 7 and 8 here.
Yeah. So we're back to looking at the scoreboard when you're sorting out your tactics. You've got to be scoring 2 in a row on at least 2 occasions to get back into this.
So I'm
Just
gonna,
trading hoops is no good.
I'm going to have taken closer position with red.
Yeah.
It's still force blue to hit you. It might miss, and if it does, I'd much rather be running the hoop from 3 feet than 7 feet.
Indeed.
England just deciding, do they want to take 2 shots at this? And if they don't, can they risk going inside red, which might block blue at red? So I think because of the potential block, they'll take 2 shots.
Take 2 shots. So Toby coming back. A nice long stalk at this. Trademark Toby approach. He's doing rather less of the little shuffly steps that he was taking, I think, last year. It's a bit more deliberate now. Still the big extension of the mallet beforehand. Really big follow through with his swing, straight away over the top of his head, but to no avail.
That's 1 down. Now, yellow could clear blue.
Yeah,
And my argument would be, if red was 3 foot dead straight,
that's what you do.
that's what you do.
Yeah.
But it isn't quite good enough.
So
You'll play another ball in.
you play another ball in,
Trying to get the block,
hedge your bets.
but that's not blocking anything.
That's
and
not
it's,
blocking. It's way too long, isn't
it's
it?
not in very good hoop running position either.
No. So can Stu do any better than Toby with his clearance of red? Different style entirely.
Now, that was his old-fashioned
Yeah.
swing going up to the sky,
Yeah.
and I don't like that as much. So I'm always happy if I'm 5-1 up to let my opponents have a go from the boundary at 7.
Because if they score, they're
Well, they've got every chance of, if they score it, only going through by a yard or 2.
indeed.
And you're happy to get trade hoops,
from the
aren't
boundary. You're happy to score, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're not like to ping right away down into A1 position at the next hoop.
Yeah.
And you play the scoreboard. You can give them 5-2. 5-2's a lovely score. 5-3's horrible. So for the opposition.
Yeah, if you watch the Egyptian players, when they get behind, they're always trying to take closer position than they would normally take at the odd hoops.
Yes.
They know it's about control, getting the 2 points to get them back into the game.
Yeah. Big discussion here between the two England players.
There might be 2 options.
Yeah.
So they might be trying to look at getting in between yellow and the hoop, and the alternative is to get wide from red in hoop running position.
And let yellow have a go.
Either have a go or force them to clear it because
Yes.
red can't hit it.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not unhappy if yellow has a go from there. If black gets wide from red,
Yellow is Patricio, isn't it?
yes.
Yes, yellow's Patricio, and poor lad's on a string of failures at the moment, so his confidence is not good. You wouldn't want to be taking that one on when you're not playing at your best.
He might be having a go.
I think Toby's having a go at the hoop, isn't he?
I don't need to do this, I don't think.
I'm not,
Good shot.
he's got it, but so yeah.
6-1.
And they get a fist bump for that one. Yeah, not surprised. So 6-1. England closing in on victory in this game, in this match, and in the Test match. One hoop required for all of those.
It's a good
Pretty
positional
good
shot
yellow.
with yellow.
Well done,
It's,
Patricio.
on the short
finishing
boundary
on the high.
side, and they're going to be trying to clear getting to 9 when you're 6-1 down. So it's a very good yellow.
Is that going to have the legs? Yeah, it looks like that's
Too
good.
far?
It is too far. Amazing.
Has he got it? Oh,
Nearly.
that would have been a way to win the Test
It
match.
would, wouldn't it? Yes. Yeah.
Now, this is just wrong. So he's tried the snuggle.
Stride the snuggle.
Now, the snuggle is the best way to win hoop 8. But if he gets the snuggle, black can just stay there.
Yeah.
Blocking red getting there. Yellow runs hoop 8.
Hoop 8. Blue's
Blue goes over to 9.
And big favourite at 9. And
Black
yeah.
and red are tied up. They can't
Yeah.
get anywhere near it.
Allow a 2-ball exercise over there with
Yeah.
blue.
Yeah. No, they need all the
Blue's
balls
so much the favourite.
in this to win the next 6 hoops. You can't afford to take balls out.
So players calling for the match referee to look at this one.
So
So,
I would snuggle
here
up to red.
Yeah.
Let yellow have the hoop.
Yeah, let him do this. Yeah. So Frances Coleman, our Test match referee, coming on. She's going to mark the balls before they play the stroke. If anybody's watching that is unfamiliar with the referee's involvement in these situations, the referee will, in almost every stroke they watch, they will mark the balls, and the The purpose being, should there be a fault, the non-offending side have the opportunity to leave the balls where they come to rest, or to have them replaced where they were before the stroke. So you mark the balls so you know that. So Toby is going for a close quarters shot on black, lining it up to propel black onto yellow. So is he? No, I beg his pardon. He's, of course he's the black of. He's playing over the top of red. I beg his pardon. So he's playing over the top of red. So danger here of catching red with his backswing. Really tricky shot this is. So a couple of things here. He doesn't want to obviously catch red on the backswing, and it's a hampered stroke. He must hit the ball with the full face of the mallet. So France is taking very close inspection of both of those.
Legitimate to ask for a second referee here. So
she's happy with
and again,
happy with the stroke.
You can ask for one person to watch the red, and one person to ask for the mallet face onto the striker's ball contact. Is it a bevel?
Yeah. Looked. She's happy with that. So you can see both. I think it looked all right, didn't it? It got a little bit of lift on. Lift on that.
Yeah, I think it was okay.
I think it looked good to me. For the benefit of the
So
replay. Right.
Lovely shot.
That is a nice shot, right in front of hoop 8.
Now, if red and black were snuggled, it would almost be all over.
Yeah.
Because yellow is going to have to hit blue, and then keep hitting blue every time it takes position.
Yeah.
And eventually,
who's more likely?
Yellow's going to miss.
Who's more likely to do the wrong thing?
Yeah.
The ball that's clearing or the ball that's placing. You know, you're back in the one that's got the difficult thing to do. Nicholas hits it though, so well played, Nicholas.
Yeah.
So let's have a look at this replay. Enjoy this. If you're Spanish, that's good. Toby's playing in
a bit short.
Quite a lot short, that one, isn't it?
Yeah. That's also short.
That's also short. Oh, it's rolled on a bit though. It's rolled on a bit. What's that look like?
I think it's really angled.
Yeah. So just while the match is still alive and England considering their options, we should just mention our sponsor, the Sugar Beach International Croquet Cup in Mauritius. Have a look at that in the comments below. There'll be a link. If anybody fancies Mauritius in April. And thank you to them for sponsoring.
And very good golf facilities out there as well in Mauritius.
Yes, you've been there, Chris.
I haven't. No,
did you not go?
I was ill.
Oh, you were
I was ill. I'd still recovering from my stroke last year. So Jenny went on her own.
Jenny went on her own.
And had a lovely time. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, she said. Yeah.
Probably getting away from me from a week was a big plus.
A double hit.
So, when you're taking on long hoops, it's all okay, providing you hit the middle of the wire or better, and you sort of stay a couple of yards away. Stu's gone up to the middle of the east boundary, having just flicked the outside of the wire.
And so he's out of the game for this rotation, isn't he? He's got
Yeah.
So had yellow been a bit better, or what's he?
I think you can
Patricio
jaws
can
it.
probably jaws this, can't he?
That's where you're trying to get to when you're 6-2 down.
Yeah.
You're trying to get in the jaws.
Yeah.
No, hit the near wire.
Near wire. So let's have a look at that.
Can't hit the near
No,
wire.
they don't go through if you hit the near wire, folks. Especially when hoops are this tight, you don't get away with anything. Atkins quadway hoops here. They've started. How long we had those now, Chris?
Well, I reckon it's about 12 years ago.
Is it that long?
I think it's about 12 years ago.
The
We've had them at least.
number of clubs are in England getting them at last.
At last,
so,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, wonderful craftsman, Ray Atkins, from Kashmir, Christchurch, New Zealand. Lots of new inventions and very creative guy. So these hoops will be used in the Golf Croquet Worlds
Right.
that's at Chesapeake Bay in October this year, and they'll also be used in Tasmania for the Openshaw Shield in February. So good that we're now getting a more consistent hoop for all these Golf Croquet World Championships.
Yeah. So these hoops, I believe, are owned by the Croquet England.
Yep.
But a number of clubs now, the bigger clubs, are starting to re-equip with these, and the more croquet we can get with our more opportunities we can get where our top players are playing with this equipment that they've got to be familiar with at these big championships, the better. So this is a lovely line. Camera couldn't be in a better position here for Toby's.
He's jumping.
Yeah. So
Be a good one to win.
this will be a good one. This actually wins the. This wins the. Absolutely everything, doesn't it? This wins the game, this match, and the test match. So
It's incredibly difficult.
yeah, incredibly difficult, but what a one to go. Keep walking, sir. Don't go in my way. Thank you. Local man just walking by. Toby for glory.
Oh, he's got it, has he?
Second prize.
Oh, right. Okay, I was watching the monitor. I should have
Yeah.
been looking there. So,
Yeah.
that's what happened. It bounced on yellow
Bounced
and went to
on
the
yellow.
side. Right. It
But,
looked good from
it
where
did
I
look
was.
good, yeah.
And the bonus thing is Black's got up to hoop 10.
Yes.
It's close to 11, but it's very close to 10. And
So this is a long hoop for Patricia, though.
there's something to be said for not taking this
Yeah, I
on.
think so. Yes, definitely. They 6-2 down. He's not got it anyway.
It's failed again. Yeah, Stu's almost played the opponent ball there.
Was he just going to have a look? He was just going to look
I
and.
think he was trying to play the wrong ball.
Was he?
Yeah,
Okay,
genuinely.
was he?
I was ready
Okay,
to
I was
pounce.
watching Toby saying where the spot was. You ready to pounce on him, Francis?
Ready to yell.
You had to yell at him. Yeah.
So, tends to indicate yellow can hit blue. But this isn't a bad position for black and blue at all, because yellow can only move blue a short distance away.
Yeah, that's right.
So black just needs to take good position. No need to shoot at red.
just taking position.
That's deep.
That looks strong. Yeah,
again.
Yeah, I don't.
It's Toby's weakness.
Yeah. Yeah, he's scratching the back of his head there. He knows he hit that too hard. There goes Blue. And as you say, Chris, he can't clear him far enough, can he? So Stu's got something like a 6, even with the angle, less than 6 yards.
Yeah, I think
6 yards, something like that.
I think he will clear red.
Yeah.
And if he hits it in the middle, Toby will get a free go from the boundary.
Go from the boundary. So.
Good shot.
And he has got it in the middle, so
really good position for
really
Blue to finish.
Yes, nice controlled position. Red's gone to the middle of the court. Blue equidistant between hoops 4 and 5. England now favourite for this. And Toby going to get his glory shot at the hoop, is he? I think
so.
I think he is.
It's going to be a sort of free go, isn't it?
Yeah.
Red plays back in, black has a go.
Nothing to lose.
Yellow plays in,
and blue
clears red.
Blue clears red. So it's a.
So unless black flicked an outside wire and went a long way away, then it's an okay strategy.
So what's Red's? Red's got the block. I'm trying to read Toby's language, body language. Let's have a look. Toby's out of our direct. He's behind the crowd.
Yeah, I think
to your right as you're looking at it at home. There's a bunch of people lining the court just to the right hand side off screen. So here he is, Toby. Let's have a look. He's lining it up for me. Is this the hoop shot? Or is this the clearance on red? It's hard for us to tell.
I think it's a clearance on red due to the length of the backswing.
Yeah. It's a controlled clearance on red. That's
super shot.
That's really good.
That is a top shot.
That is really good. Well played, Toby.
Yellow has to clear black, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He's got it, but
He
yellow's gone a long,
He's sold
long way
himself,
away.
yes. So pressure building on England all the time now. There's a nice dead area that Blue can put himself in. Toby's indicating the spot. A nice wide area here for Stu to put his blue in.
I think he's short.
Looks short, doesn't it? Yeah.
Crowd have applauded, but
No,
I don't think it's very good.
No, I don't. I think he's underhit that. No, he's crossed himself. There we are. Gets the treatment. So, bit more neutral here now. Toby's going to come back in, but nowhere he can go that Nicholas can't hit him with the red.
Good shot. This is short.
That is short. That's not a challenge at all, is it?
So Blue will now try and play in between red and black.
Yeah.
Bit too
Looks
far.
a bit heavy, is it?
It's in front, I think, but
Yeah.
it hasn't got the block.
No. So that's a really runnable position from black, so you'd have to say this is Nicholas shooting at black to save the match. So we've got a good line on this one from our camera.
No.
Oh, and that's a poor stroke.
Missed by some way.
Yeah.
And
So here we are then.
black, if it's not straight, can still opt to move yellow.
To move yellow
wide.
and then give blue the tap
But
in.
I think it's really quite straight. He'll just take the hoop on.
Toby's going for the hoop all the time. Look, here we
Yeah,
go.
it's almost. It's only 5 degrees off.
Yeah.
Thought it might be more angled than
So
that.
Toby Savage for the match, the game, the match, and the test match. And he's successful, and his England colleagues are on their feet and applauding. England get the crucial 14th win and secure the test match for 2024. There's handshakes all round from the Spanish side. We'll have some more Super Croquet for you this afternoon, but the test match result is England's. So,
Thanks very much, Chris.
yes, there
And
we are.
yeah, please rejoin us in a little while for the afternoon session after lunch.
Indeed.
Thanks very much to Chris Roberts and Chris Clark. Fantastic commentary for that extended session. We will just close this session now and then rejoin a session after the lunch break. And please do join us and look forward to your company this afternoon.